Yeah, if
You have
can
no
reach
police powers.
Spellguard is not a policing force per se.
You're extremely rotund, overweight, unathletic.
Big size. Oh my god.
If someone were to like shoplift from your shop, you'd say like, "Best friend, please save some for me also."
Oh yeah.
Like someone shoplifting from a shop you're supposed to guard. You'd be like, "Hey, save some for me too."
You remember how corrupt Kill Crush is when he found the treasure? It's like, alright, 80% for me.
God damn it.
Paul Bloppy now.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I don't know. I've been like going on a bender, and I've wanted to figure out what kind of like next character I wanna make next.
No, do you have any idea? I mean, I since I become a DM, I noticed that I tend to play a lot of different NPCs, right? Then I thought, you know what? It'll be interesting if I play as this character, coward, fat cop, practically running away all the time.
Copy money everywhere, right?
Yeah.
I want to play like I want to play like a person who super wants to be evil, right? But is like the lamest at being evil.
Ooh, I know this. Is this the unintentional really good villain?
No, he like tries so hard to be evil, but then it's like
ineffective.
Yeah, his evilness is like ineffective. But it's like how like
Plankton from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
No, I think sorry, you're here too. I'm thinking more of like Cody from Unsleeping City Chapter 2.
I'm trying to think.
He's basically like a ball goth, right? And he's like he wants so badly to like serve Satan, but like he strikes like really bad deals with devils, right? And needs to get like bailed out. Everything. He doesn't understand shit.
Edgelord, like don't sound like
Yeah, he's like the worst kind of edgelord.
He tries to be an edgelord, but he
Yeah,
fails at it.
and he's like the failed edgelord.
That's very interesting.
Fuck you, man. I'm dark and brooding. Shut up.
Dark and brooding, man. Don't talk to me. I'm trying to brood here.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like he tries so hard to be dark and brooding, but like there's no situation in which he can be dark and brooding. Everything like
of the Dark Lord. So cringy.
Yes, the ambassador of the Dark Lord. Yes.
The name he gave himself is the Dark Lord of New Jersey.
Did you watch it?
No, I saw the wiki thing. I
You should watch it.
Yeah, it's really funny. Yeah.
The thing is that even my brother like watches the the Roll20 Critical Role and everything.
20.
Yeah, all that. But I cannot because my work time is like 70% of my day. So
because you're on your foot.
You're playing all the time. You're playing all the time too. So
yeah,
like,
nowadays also I'm playing and I'm DMing also. So yeah, you know how it is. Like not enough time to watch.
It's not because I think like your work is not like a thing that because sometimes I actually watch it during work. It's not that you can have it in your ear.
I don't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that, dude.
I cannot do that because I
can't do
my
that.
patience.
Yeah,
it's definitely gonna come up with news.
Yeah, you need to actually pay attention.
Yeah, I need to pay attention to my patient. Otherwise, I'm gonna do something really, really
Like,
stupid.
misdiagnosis because of Dimension 20.
Yes, I'm gonna blame D&D and we'll ban D&D. This is all because gamers. I'm gonna blame video games, and 5E for some reason.
And dragons and devils. It's Satanism.
It's Satanism. It's cult. This is why I cannot focus.
No, it's not Satanism. It's Bathrax.
Bathrax, the fuck. Be right back, guys. I'm going to the toilet. See you. Oh, my stomach.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of watching Unsleeping City Part 2. And man, Cody is so much fun. So fucking
so
stupid.
stupid.
Yeah, he's so stupid. Yeah.
And the fact that he actually commits to like the whole entire thing. But you're halfway. And have you met the questing blade yet?
Yes, yeah. Cody got the questing blade, and it's like, oh shit. Ricky is so pissed. It's like, it's so ironic. That's the thing, it's like, is it really ironic? But man,
it's so like, stupid. Like, it's meant to be poetic that way.
Yeah, I guess. It's just like, man. Like,
if the poem just tried to, you know, a parody of itself, then that's poetic.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually starting to
how was your game? Basketball game.
I'm still trying to work some things out. It's all right. It turns out like I'm not good at like remembering things like on like snap. Like that's the thing. It's like you think like, oh, I can do that, like Brennan or Matthew Mercer does, and it's like, no, I actually can't.
You mean like, that you don't remember what you just did?
No, I like, okay, there's like sometimes I'll be like, oh, okay, we need to do this or this or whatever. I will mix people's names up. I will forget people's like quote unquote initiatives. Right, like that, and that's the thing. It's like,
I mean, that's normal, and I don't remember names constantly. That's just a thing that people do.
As a DM.
God damn it!
It's something else entirely.
That was your first time DMing. Like, this game is going to be like the actual first time.
I haven't gotten into like the actual meat and potatoes of the game yet. And the thing is that like I'm starting to realize it's a bit difficult because you know how in Dungeons and Dragons, right? Like we take our turns and it's very modular. Yeah. What's up?
Hello.
Yeah. And our turns are like super modular. Like this game is like the opposite.
It's just chaos. There's no turns. You just scream what you want to do.
No, it's like as the player, right? Like you can dictate like a segment of the game, right?
Okay. Tahe, I do have some recommendation, at least as a DM from that game. I know the players have quite a bit of say as to how they want to run the scene and what NPCs they might want to deal with and stuff like that. But I do suggest just make those NPCs for ready for like if you already got an idea of like how pretty much everyone's families and the kind of like lateral NPCs they might deal with on a day-to-day basis. So you should be like now go back to the school. Like you should be having a bunch like at least 5 to 10 NPCs like ready to either interact with or have some sort of conversation with, or at least be part of this scene. And even though like some of the players, like I'm sure like even Danny also will like come and change the scene a little bit during the games and stuff like that. I'll say you have the overall the say like what the scene is, how and what the scene will play out to be like. So like I would say show that you have the control of that scene. Basically it's like they can give you ideas as to how it should play out, but overall at the end you should be like, okay, this is how it's playing out, what's going on. So some of the players as well, like we look to the game master and the DM to like give us an idea about how we should start the scene or what should play out. But sometimes even though we don't have that, like get some scenes maybe ready for us to like deal with, kind of thing, I would say.
Yeah.
Even though it's like not like D&D, you could still have an encounter. An encounter is still RP based. Like I'll show you today. Okay, so today's session, good luck. There'll be no combat. It'll be full on RP. So you guys can at least you can see like how even in an encounter situation, how you can have different types of how the scene might actually end, like different conclusions, different ways or branches that the scene might turn depending on how the players react. It should always be a players react kind of thing as much as possible. That way you don't have to like think too much, like improvise too much on the spot. I getting the idea that the game can play out a lot like Fantasy High. So maybe get an idea of how like Brendan Mulligan. I know you know Brendan Mulligan, and neither am I. But if you see the way how he's like, when he asks like what you guys are doing, let's say you do some downtime, like a week's worth of downtime. So what are you doing? So once you get an idea of like, okay, this is what they want to do, like already in your mind have the scene kind of ready and those NPCs ready to like deal with them as well. So lots of notes, bro. Lots of note taking, lots of prep is required for that. But yeah. But other than that, it's good still. It's still good, believe me. Once you have like all the players already in, it'll be fine. Okay, guys. I think we only have 3 people tonight.
3? Oh no.
Joseph is going to be a little bit late. Who else was supposed to join us?
Morel.
Morel?
Oh yeah, Morel. Can somebody message Morel? She might not be feeling it today, but she did say she will be joining us. So let's message her a little bit.
Right.
Because I do plan to go through some interesting things today with you.
I mean, it is her house.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to not have Morel, and I don't really want to play Morel since she. Like, I don't want to play Morel and her parents. You know, just 3 people talking to each other. I go crazy. So. Hey, you're here.
What is here?
Hey, just talking about you. Thank you for being here. That we had to have to play you and Joseph and Dawn. By the way, Dawn is still in the party for the time being.
Oh
so,
yeah, Dawn.
I will just start the scene with myself. Just 4 of you all talking in the camera. Okay, so with that, let us begin, guys. We have our 4 players tonight. Joseph will be coming in a little bit late, but hopefully by the time he gets in, he can have some say in what you guys are doing today. I'm going to roll a D4, see who gets a recap for last session, and we'll jump right on in. Hey, Taihei, time to flex those DM muscles. What happened last week? Please give us a short recap.
All right. So last week, we decided to finally take care of the scarecrow problem that was plaguing the Portobello home, or kind of like the outlying farmsteads surrounding Waterdeep. And we essentially kind of took like the long way around. We exited like the north gate, and we kind of like went around and kind of like took a look at like what was going on. And when we got to got to Morel's house, it's basically they were burning their scarecrow, and I thought like, oh god, it's alive, and I tried to embarrassing, but it turns out like, hey, they kind of like come out at night and attack the livestock, so we were essentially there out at night kind of camping and waiting for them to show up, which they did, and we basically kind of took care of them in like a brief skirmish. And it was kind of like revealed that they were coming from a certain somewhere, and we kind of debated following them like towards like up towards like the mountains area, but we decided against it and decided, hey, let's camp out for another night. And lo and behold, there was I don't know if I want to call it like the jack-o'-lantern scarecrow.
Oh, it wasn't a jack-o'-lantern first. It was the sheet, like sheet scarecrow, the kind of one that looks like a ghost. I think the first one that you guys encountered.
It's Casper.
Yeah, Casper.
Oh yeah. A
2-bit looking costume shocked looking Casper.
Yeah, we did that, and and then later on, we did encounter that this larger scarecrow was kind of like animating all these other scarecrows, and we had to take care of the big one first, and then all the other ones kind of just like withered away. And I think that was that. Am I missing anything else?
Not too much, but you did, I guess, do a little bit of things at the Portobello farmhouse. Here and there did help.
Oh yeah, we did meet their Morel's parents, right? They were very nice. Oh no, now I feel sick to my stomach now.
What?
Oh god, the motherfucking like foot fungus wine. God damn it.
Hey, no discrimination against fungus.
You all said it was tasty. You all said it was tasty, and you cannot take it back.
No, that's the thing. It's like it's tasty. It has it's a very exotic taste. What is it? And the moment you learn what it was and like how it was made, it's like after watching Super Size Me, right? It's like, man.
How do you think your yogurt is made? There's like a little woman with her fungus bugs.
That's chemistry. Like this is literally. Oh, I don't.
Small.
You know what? Like,
Neither.
I don't eat blue cheese, man. Like, I'm already lactose intolerant, but man. So like, that's just extra for me, and I think, I don't know. Baruka's probably like has like a high enough constitution to kind of like body it, but then it's like, oh, okay. New experiences. And in kind of like mentally, he's thinking, please don't throw up, but just mentally.
Yeah. If you wish to throw up, it would have been on your own account.
No. I think he'll try to like hold it in, but then like, if they offer more, it'll be kind of like the thing where like he'll pretend to drink it when they're watching, but then not when they aren't watching it.
All right.
Yeah, so that's basically it. Man, I think that's why I remembered that bit last, because I was trying to repress it.
Okay.
Let it go.
So with that, let us take you all back into Waterdeep Dragon Heist, where at last place you all, the last thing you all did was kind of clear up the rest of the scarecrows, hidden back into the Portobello farmhouse, and obviously told the good news to the Portobello, your Mr. and Mrs. Portobello, telling them basically, you think you pretty much cleared the rest of the scarecrows for the night. And once you finish your long rest, so everyone's gotten a long rest already after that encounter. You all wake up the next day, headed down into the very simple dining area and kitchen where Mrs. Portobello is already cooking up her very famous wines. You can see her kind of stepping in this this large vat out in the back. And the moment, like I say, the rest of you like step down and come down to greet her, she just goes around. Oh, Mandy! Oh, morning, everybody!
Hello, good morning!
Mr. Portobello walks in as well. Just goes, morning to all. How goes the scarecrow hunting?
They're dead, all of them.
For sure, this time.
Thumbs up.
Even the big one, the one with the pumpkin head.
Oh, thank God. And Mrs. Portobello just hears like, what? You were fighting scarecrows? Oh dear. She just jumps out of the wine vat. You can see her like sloshing the berries as she walks across the floor. Oh, Mandy, are you alright? Did you hurt yourself?
Morel sort of like stiffens up and like, yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, there's a little bump on your head. Here, this will help you. And she just grabs some of the berries off her foot and kind of plaster it into a handkerchief and just kind of rubs it on your head as you see the blueberry juice kind of like flow off your head.
Oh, dear.
This will help with the bruises.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, Mandy, you got to take care of yourself. Oh, the rest of you, the breakfast is ready. And you see on the table, there's already meat pies, breads, There's a little bit of a breakfast, like corn stew for you all as well. And Mr. Portobello like walks in as well.
Kill Crush is already at the table, sitting down. Yeah.
He kind of passes the table, heads to the back, and you see him kind of grab this oak flask about the size of one of the smaller vats outside that kind of holds all the Portobello wine. And he just kind of brings it over to you, puts it down next to the table. And you see he's quite heavy, he's quite large, roughly about 50 pounds, you think, this entire cask. And he just goes,
well, as promised, here, my back.
God.
Can somebody...
that for you.
Yeah, you can do it.
and he just tosses it to you.
You're strong.
Oh God, save me!
Make me an athletics check, please, as you try to grab the barrel.
Oh, no.
Give budding inspiration to.
How would you like to give me budding inspiration within that split second?
Like, yeah, fuck yeah, man, you can do it.
Okay, you have budding inspiration. Okay, roll your d6. You have budding inspiration, Kill Crush.
Okay, 1d6.
Okay.
Oh, that's 16.
16. Alright. Anyway, with 15, it was more than enough. As you easily catch the barrel, and even though it looked quite large with Mr. Portobello's hands, you grab it easily with one hand. And you're
Right,
like,
as I
oh.
grab it, it's like, oh no, actually it's pretty okay.
And you grab it, and he goes,
besides my back, as promised, Gary's, you all can keep famous Portobello wine. This
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep it. I mean, for us, yeah.
Well, don't drink it all up at one shot. It's quite costly.
No problem. I definitely won't drink it in one shot. Yeah, you can trust me. This face is the face of trust.
He goes up to you, kind of like tries to shake your other hand as very like gingerly.
Well, you're quite large, I see, so I guess I have no choice but to trust you.
Of
But
course.
anyway, please, you're welcome to stay as long as you like. I hope the scarecrow business is all and done with. But nothing has been happening since the last night, and there has been no more cattle or livestock dead. So hopefully what you've done is for good. But pray tell, what do you all wish to do now? Are you all heading back to the city?
I was wondering if you want to, check out the prison farm thing.
Oh, you mean Amman's farm?
Yeah. Totally
Sure. But not sure what you may find there. It is just a prison of sorts.
You reckon they have some kind of a job for us? Something, to make money and shit?
I doubt it unless you're a criminal yourself. Are you?
I am.
And just opens
No.
one eye very wide.
Are you?
No. I'm far from criminal. I'm a
Insight check.
I'm a man of law.
Looks you up. All right. I doubt someone as large as you will do anything bad. He
Oh,
will
yeah.
see you easily.
Bro, he called you too fat to be a criminal, bro.
I mean, even I could catch up to you.
God damn. You're getting roasted, dude. Just lay down, man. Just
Maybe you should just skip breakfast.
Just pats you under your white stomach and just sits down.
I have big bone, okay? I'm not fat.
Those bones feel mighty squishy. So,
I guess because all the cheese that contains milk, so my bone has too much milk on it. Yeah, kind of soft.
you're a weird fella, you are.
Yeah.
Well, Morel, dear daughter, what is your plans? Would you like to stay with us on the farm? We do need some help getting people out here again.
No, we have great plans. We're gonna open a tavern, the lot of us.
A tavern?
Yeah, and we're gonna sell your. We will sell your portobello wine. So I have to get back. Can't stay long.
Well, if that's the case, I'll be sure to let the guilds know. They'll be bringing the wines to the city to sell, so you'll be able to purchase them. But for now, we need to get some hands back on the farm. Get the old operation up and running again. Oh, my back! Oh,
as he like stretches for a bit.
Oh, God.
Is we okay, old man?
I'll be fine. This just a little crick in the side.
Can I just go and then Don, dude, Don.
Oh.
Yes. Sorry.
Then,
what's up?
I thought you said you're looking for a job. You know, this old Mr. Portobello kind of needs someone to be his hand of the farm, or something.
Sure. Why don't you stay instead, listen? I'm sure you know you look like a man who needs a job as well. Looks you up and down.
Excuse me, dude. It's great that you don't assume anything about me, but that's good. But I'm just offering this kind of like a thing that you do. You can do, dude.
Hey, let's assume anything about each other. That will just make you an ass out of you and me.
I would like that.
Trying to stay out of this competition as much as I can, but
you're gonna fail.
He goes,
Dude,
look,
just stay out of it. You're gonna lose.
Look, countryside's all nice and everything, right? But I'm a bounty hunter. I'm back from the city, so let me do my business in the city, I guess. I just came out here, kind of have a look around, and to be quite honest, farm side stuff is really not for me. Look at my bones, look at my limbs. Can't be dealing with this sort of thing, and sun really gets to my eyes.
So your plan's going back to the city then, dude?
Well, I mean, I can accompany you out here if you're still heading around the Undercliff, but other than that, I've got no plans. Might probably head back.
Whoa.
Well.
What are you saying? Is there like something around the Undercliff that might be worthy for us to check out? Because I think our plan was just going to back home now, but do you think there's something cool going on around?
Well, I mean, we killed the scarecrows, unless there's some other further business we don't know of. I mean, I'll guess I'll follow Mr. Breast Friend here to check out the immense farm for a bit. But if there's nothing on, I'll probably head back as well.
Yeah, man, come on. Anyways, let's check things up, man. Help the old man.
But should we check? But you saying that should we check the prison farm thing that you said? I have no idea what the fuck that is, dude. That sounds insane.
But shrugs his head. I mean, it's just a piece of farmland that the city, the city watch kind of placed the smaller misdemeanor criminals in there. So, I mean, if you think it's anything worth to check out, you can go ahead. But I'm all up for anything.
Do you want to check that out, dude, Kill?
I mean, I'm curious, but do we have anything important to do over there? I mean, we did pass through it.
Actually, the first thing we have to do is how that's the one that told us to fucking kill those fucking scarecrows, dude. That one that the cat that talked to Amma. I think we should report back to them, right?
Oh yeah, we did.
I feel like they already know. But yeah, we can drop it.
How do you know they already know? Can you see them? Is that like a cat?
It's a talking cat that magically appears wherever I am, Oisin.
We saw that, right? It's not just you being like having some sort of a mental breakdown, right?
You're a mental breakdown.
I mean,
yeah, we saw that.
I mean, if that's the case, then we're having breakdowns all the time.
Whoa!
Saying.
The conclave, the Emerald Conclave, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we should do?
Yeah, we can stop by the prison farm and then head back to the city and go to the Emerald Conclave. Enclave?
Yeah.
Enclave.
Conclave.
Enclave.
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 It's not conclave, it's an enclave, alright.
What's the difference?
Does it look like a concare?
Okay, so you guys have a choice. You can even split the group up if you want. Some of you can go check out a men's farm. Some of you can go straight back towards Falconmere. Report back, I guess, to the Emerald Enclave. Up to you. What do you like to do?
Splitting the party is bad.
I mean, if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to, you totally can totally do that today.
Because the DM is saying that we can.
I already given you the heads up today. I didn't plan a single combat, and if a single combat comes up, we're gonna take a 15-minute break while I plan it out.
No, I want to see what this farm is about. I mean, we can. It's away anyway. We can stop and then go back to the city.
Okay,
Yeah,
if it's in the weekend, because I think because for Ocean kind of does want to be, because Moral, you gotta introduce us the next time, and then we were just waiting outside. I kind of want to know the cool guy with the true stuff.
Oh, right.
Introduce us. Introduce me, dude.
Okay. I just a bit scared. Like, does Oisin want to sleep with him as well?
Probably.
I mean, you can believe whatever you want at that point.
So I'll say you finish up breakfast, you gather your things, start heading back out onto the road, out of the Portobello farmhouse, towards a men's farm, the prisoners' farm, up north. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes, we're gonna go there.
So as you guys are leaving the house, you hear Mrs. Portobello just kind of call out to you.
Daughter, do you mind? Would you like to have a word with you in private before you leave?
Uh-oh. Okay, right. You there?
Uh-oh.
Alright. As you kind of waddle over towards them, you see Mrs. Portobello, your mom is holding this small grey sack, roughly about hand-sized. You see, even as she's walking to you, kind of chinks a little bit here and there. And your dad kind of turns to you.
Daughter, I know things haven't been very well for you in the city ever since we left. You look very different from last we met. It's like 100 years have gone into your face.
Oh my god. That's such a mom thing to say.
But I know that perhaps you might be not just out here just to see us. I was hoping that perhaps ease your troubles a little.
And he just turns towards your mother. Your mother kind of waddles up as well in her nice green butterfly dress, opens out this pouch, and you see within the pouch roughly about what looks to be 50 gold pieces. She just hands it to you. Oh, Mandy, you've got to eat more. Put some of that still bones of yours. She kind of pinches your cheek. Here, some pocket change. We had some monies left over. You can take it. Take care of yourself.
God, I don't want to take it. Okay, all right. I take it and I say,
no, you have to it should be like a dance. No. That's my mom. You take it. No. Here, you take it. Then you take it.
No, please.
And you see your father just immediately just grabs it all and just puts it straight into your bag.
No, you take it. No.
Thanks. I'm fine, really. I'm opening a tavern, and the mushrooms are talking to me now, so I'm alright.
Good. That's good to hear. How is the old herb shop doing?
Oh, I'm taking a little break from it right now, but once we get the tavern set up, the herb shop, I'll get back to running it.
Oh, a tavern sounds mighty fiendish. I hope you know what you're doing.
Oh yeah, I've got those reliable folks out there. It's point at the rest of the gang.
Well, your friends are very nice, and they've helped us a lot as well. So, take care of yourself, girl.
Yeah, the next time like a scarecrow is attacking you, let me know, please.
Mrs. Portobello immediately hugs you. Oh, Mandy, for sure. We'll tell you anytime we can send a letter.
I hug her back and just like pat her shoulder.
Wow. Kill Crush would take out a handkerchief.
Oh, man. You're watching this?
You're watching this?
Just literally, it's like this. We're just like viewing it through the window. It's like,
yeah, you can just watch it. Better than love. How beautiful.
So, Morel, you go head out, join the party?
Yeah. Okay. I'll put up a recruitment notice for you at the tavern.
Oh, that will be fine. I'll be sending word out to the other farmsteads, and the other halflings from the Snow Beetle farm should know that we are looking for workers again. So don't worry too much about us. Take care of yourself first.
Alright, bye!
Bye!
Bye! And he kind of waddle and kind of wave at you as you start heading up this long pathway out of the farmhouse. And
wow.
Join your friends.
Well, Kirka's gonna look at Mora and say, well, wow, you really have a nice parents. I'm kind of envious of you, you know?
So,
where are your parents?
Well, they're up there in the mountains somewhere, probably punching some people.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. Why
are you so bad at punching people if your parents are in the mountain punching people?
Well, that's a bit of a story. When I was really young, like 3-year-old or 4-year-old or something, me mom said that, yeah, you have to build your character. Here's a baby bear, go wrestle it. I kind of got a trauma after that.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
The baby bear mauled me, okay? Don't laugh.
So who won in the end, Don Glass? the baby bear or you?
Well, me? I sweat. You could sweat.
Insight check.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking insight this shit, man. This is fucking insight.
I tell you what, let's flash back to the day that you were fighting the bear. Let's flash back to the day. And you still gotten like quite a bit of your strength from. It's like it's not much difference between and now. So as the bear comes barreling towards you, this 3'4" like baby bear, this black bear, and try to scratch you. Please, I'll say make me an athletics check.
Okay.
and we'll find out.
Lagging. It's a bit lagging right now.
Okay, sure. We'll find out whether you manage to take care of that bear.
And you see Kill Crush is like quite thin, and he's I mean, it's not the fat at all. This is his optimal time when he was in his childhood.
Okay.
Basically, like he was fit because he kind of had to be.
Okay. I mean, it was a tradition, I guess.
I mean, he was so young that even if you did have some, so okay, all right. So you beat the bear, bad enough that I'll say you basically just wrenched the bear's head with a 21.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you basically snapped its head into. And this baby bear, and your parents and the surrounding villagers kind of watching this scene as well, just go, oh, very good, and they kind of pick you up there, lift you on the shoulders, go Kill Crush, oh! And as you look at your bloodied hands and you see the corpse of the bear behind you, yeah, it does give you a bit of PTSD as you think about it.
No, I don't need. I didn't need Kill Crush to be sympathetic today.
Is okay, Mom? It doesn't look too good.
Flashback, you are now back here again as you're like, oh, shake your head, oh.
I swear I would never wrestle again, right? Never. No more head ripping, no more tearing apart people, right? It's not cool. Magic is cool though.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Say your thing. Say what's in your heart. If that's what you're gonna fucking do, dude, fuck yeah!
Man, I can't forget the day they asked me to sleep with the head of the bear. Keep staring at me. Oh, God. Can't remember the eye.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
So with
You
that,
are strong.
as you guys are busy talking to yourselves and heading down, back up north towards the immense farm. Again, once more, you pass the Undercliff village, and it is early morning, like let's say around the good 8 a.m. period. So you see the farmers market's already been set up, and again, vegetables and all being sold by halflings and humans of all sorts of kind. And as you're passing by that, if nothing, you start heading back up. And again, you pass the very nice orchard. You can see again the signage, the Snow Beetle Orchard and Meadery. Today, however, not too much foot traffic, as you do see a couple of halflings like working around the farmyard. But other than that, nothing really catches your attention. Dawn just goes, are we going to check this place out at all? If not, you know what? I think I'm going to change my mind. I mean, the city's just that way. He just points.
Just
you
like
see,
beside left.
yeah, literally, he see there is like a set of roads that heads towards the marching grounds. This out-yard farmhouse, and I could probably just sneak back in through one of the smaller gates around the sides. But I'm not gonna go all the way back north, and it's gonna be a long day. Is all he says.
Oh, you got stuff to do, dude? I thought we were just gonna do like the feeding cruise. Just walk around, see some sort of like a tourist in this part of the town.
He looks up at the sun and you see like the sweat starts to fall down his forehead. It's like, I'm not sure whether I've told you much about like my kind. Well, I guess I'm not really full drown, just kind of half.
Yeah, because
drown.
we just met like one day, dude.
Yeah. Sunlight really gets to me. You can see his eyes kind of squint, and you can see like the reddish parts start to burn as he stands out in the sun as you guys are walking in. And I kind of prefer the city and the alleyways, if you know what I mean. So it looks like you all kind of clasp his hands together. I guess this is our goodbye for now.
Yeah.
Don't
be a
forget
stranger,
to don't forget to come to the tavern, claim your share of the wine.
No, don't say that. Oh yeah, say that. We all.
You know, if time allows it, I will certainly find a way to drop by there as well. So, good day, y'all, and good luck. He starts heading off by himself.
Luck.
And waves goodbye once more. Before you see him kind of
Good luck,
disappear around the
man.
bend.
Oh, by the way, you're heading to the Great Cemetery.
Goes,
What?
The City of the Dead is basically the cemetery.
Baruch, please
Yes.
make me a history check.
History check. 8.
With an 8, something
Oh, no.
scratches on the edge of your mind the moment that Keelcrust mentions the City of the Dead. And you're not sure what it is. It has been a long few days out here in the farmhouse, and even for a dwarf, for you, it just kind of the heat kind of gets to you as well. So you're not sure whether it's heat stroke or something. You kind of just like brush it off. But yeah, you just kind of keep walking, heading up towards Amman's farm. Right. So the journey takes you guys roughly about 4 to 5 hours. The journey all the way up towards the north of the city before you guys kind of take the closer road down here and head towards Men's Farm. On the outskirts of the farm itself, the walls kind of loom, a little bit dreary. The stone grey walls with barbed wire fence and pikes on the very top of it. You see there is no kind of exit or entrance, or no other entrance besides the very front of this prison farmhouse, so to speak. And as you get there, you see about 4 or 5 city watch members lazing about in this hot summer sun, and they just see you guys passing through and kind of wave. So, do you do anything?
We wave back.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, sorry, I was dealing with my nephew. What happened?
Sure.
We're
You guys
here.
are in
We're
the men's farm. Yeah.
yeah, we are here.
Oh, okay. Alright, so this is where the prisoners are, right? Right, so I'm gonna say, who is there a guard there?
Yeah, there are 4 guards there, mostly all human, male, roughly in their 20s or 30s.
All right.
All just sitting down, kind of like lazing around, putting their stuff on the side of the wall. Some of them have like wooden stools that they're sitting on as they take guard. And even as you pass by, they kind of just lazily like kind of wave past.
Right. So
you.
I'm gonna wave at them and gonna approach them and try to put an air of authority.
Okay, sure.
Greetings, fellow law enforcers.
And they kind of look up towards you. I'm sorry? What?
I mean, Spellguard?
And he goes, you're from Spellguard?
Yeah, and your fellow guards. We're all guards here, I guess.
Well, no. They kind of look at each other. You're a Spellguard, and we're part of the city watch that handles... Oh, what are you here for?
Well, I am not up to anything suspicious, only asking.
As you say the word suspicious, they all raise their eyebrows. And a few of them, like a couple of them immediately start to stand up and start to grab like their weapons and their shield. And start to hit a little bit closer.
Just an adventurer all looking around. Why are you standing up? Chill, man.
You see one of the younger guards just turn towards you and just goes, well, for not suspicious man, you sound very suspicious. That's all I'm saying.
It's part of my charm, I guess. Sorry. Alright, I'm serious, okay? I'm just a bunch of adventurers who just saved the day yesterday. We heard about this farm, right? There's supposed to be a couple of prisoners here.
Couple?
I mean, a couple, and there's a lot.
You turn around, he kind of turns around and just kind of points towards the huge farms, like laying from side to side. There's at least like corn and lettuce and all sorts of vegetables being planted. But out in the farmyards, you see like at least about a good 20 or so other City Watch members watching the prison house. And at least 100 or so different types of... you see a tiefling there, you see a halfling, you see what looks to be like a very old, decrepit man who looks like he's been in his 90s and he's like working the farm fields as well. And there's at least about 100 of them that from your eyesight that you can watch from the very front.
Alright, you may have gotten me there. Maybe a couple hundred couple. But, I mean, is that old man a prisoner or something? He looks like he's one step away from a grave. I mean, look at Moral here. I point at Moral. How? He looks like Moral, but older.
Look, don't really have time to chat with you. You see one of the guards like kind of turn back again. What do you want? Do you need some help? Or you looking for something?
No, we're wondering if there is any trouble here, but it seems that you all handle it pretty well.
Oh, no trouble at all. Yes, it's been pretty quiet out here, at least in the men's farm.
Oh, yeah, that's good to hear, I guess.
Kind of furrows his eyebrows towards you. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, nothing. We just be on our merry way, I guess. Hey, guys, they have nothing here. I'm just gonna walk on.
Well, it's good to know. You're not doing.
I turn to Ocean and ask him. It's like, so, Ocean, how do you feel about the food and drink that you receive is partially subsidized by a prison labor force?
Wow. Now that you mention it, that's true, right? But even if they're criminals, they deserve to get food. Is that why where are you getting at?
No, I'm just saying, no, because like a men's farm, right? Like a men's farm is basically kind of like a farm, but it's staffed by prisoners, right? All the workers are prisoners. Am I correct?
Oh, yes.
Right? So I'm asking you, how do you feel about this? Like some of the food that you might have potentially eat comes from a prison labor force.
I mean, because I believe it's rehabilitation for them, dude. So, even if we live if everyone is still the same, but dude, some of us, we have to repent for our sins, per se. Is that the correct term? Yeah. Dude, I don't believe in capital punishment. That I don't believe. But, if we do bad things, we have to make amends bruh. And that's how we make the world better.
Do you shout it out loud?
I don't know, like I don't know. I'm trying to like trap Ocean in like some kind of like ethical dilemma.
Oh my god!
How he feels.
I can
He
teach
feels
that too.
Ethical dilemma. Like,
as
oh
like
my
how does he feel about Waterdeep having like a prison labor force? That's all I'm asking.
Well, you know now how he feels about it. I guess.
Yep. So like I just was like, oh yeah, so Ocean really is just full of shit. I was like, all right, okay, got it.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
Yes.
So the-
This
so
is
it's
how society step forward. This is it.
okay, yeah. So the thing is like, yeah, he like Ocean has always kind of like thought about like, oh, you know, he's like a self-proclaimed socialist, but that I guess that's all it really is, right? Self-proclaimed.
I'm not even sure if he knows what a socialist means. So
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, socialist means like you socialize with a lot of people, right?
yeah.
That's why our thing is called social club. That's what it is.
And we
Yeah,
all
so that's the thing, it's like-
socialites.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like Baruch is trying to like piece together because like he's lived in Waterdeep for like a long ass time, and he's like, okay, are you some kind of like person who's just going to like by yourself just challenge like the political status quo and realize like, oh no, you're just full of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
all right.
you have to be in the game to play the game to win the game, dude. It's all in your mindset.
Yep.
It's like if we keep together,
Yeah,
then
yes.
we'll rise together.
Yep, it makes your you know that sentence makes as much sense as your political beliefs.
Fuck yeah.
Joseph will tilt his head a bit, looking at Ocean. Like,
Okay, so is there anything
Yeah.
else you'd like to do here in Immense
No.
Farm? The guards
No.
seem to be a little bit bothered by your presence, but other than that, none too riled by it. Seems.
No, I think this is like the conversation as we're like leaving.
All
Yeah,
right.
we're leaving. Yeah.
Heading back towards the north gate and into the field walk back towards the north ward. So, all of you start heading back towards the city. It takes you about another hour as you guys walk the dirt roads, heading back towards like the main road that heads into the city gate itself. And as you approach,
Oh boy.
again the field ward looms before you. This place of absolute poverty. Just right after that, just barely what seems to be less than about a 5-10 minute walk, you pass the inner gates, and again you step within the north wards of Waterdeep. It is a busy summer day. You see the drays, this towering carriages like moving past. Again, the Griffin Watch overhead just flying up across. But other than that, heading back towards Trollskull Manor, I'll assume, all of you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Are we not going to
Oh
the
wait,
Emerald
don't we
Enclave?
report to the Emerald Enclave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so you start heading towards Alchemia, and that's a little bit down in the trades ward. I'll say as you're heading there, Baruch, make me another history check, please.
Man, I'm making all these history checks, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm like supposed to remember something, but man, this is like unsettling me.
You have that
13.
gut feeling, you know.
You got 13.
Something is wrong.
It suddenly dawns upon you as you look towards the crowd what day it is. It is the 7th of the Shell. Almost close to midsummer. Like I'll say probably about 12 days away to the next Midsummer's festival. And you also realize exactly what date it is. It is the day that your father passed, roughly about 30 years ago. And I'll say you spend you don't usually spend the entire day, but you do spend at least in the later years of your life, heading towards the city of the dead to check out his gravestone. Probably give a little bit of respects as well. So, up to you whether you wish to know that to do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I once that revelation kind of hits me, I will kind of keep it to myself first. But because like we're kind of like in the middle of something right now, so I will keep that thing to myself first. So how long is it until the day? How many days until the actual like anniversary?
Eddie, we can't hear you.
Hello?
No, I can hear Baruch. I can hear Baruch.
I can't hear Eddie. I mean, if he's
Yeah, I
talking.
think Eddie got disconnected.
I was like, for a moment, I thought like, did I disconnect? I'm like, I
No.
can't hear shit.
No, it's
Eddie,
Eddie. I think it's-
Eddie, we can't hear you. Let's just put it in the general.
Mhm.
Testing. Test.
Okay, there we go.
There
Testing.
you go.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, finally.
Okay, give me a second, yeah, because I think my mic just suddenly changed channels. Testing. Okay, much better. Alright. Sorry, where did I stop talking?
I just asked you like how many days until the anniversary.
Oh, it is today. Today is the anniversary.
Today
of
is the
your father's-
anniversary.
Yeah,
Oh
today
God.
is
Okay.
Day of your father's death anniversary. Roughly 30 years ago when he passed at your forge house. You guys basically buried him within the city of the dead. And you kind of remember where the gravestone is and all that as well. You don't spend like the entire day there usually, but yeah, you do usually on every anniversary kind of visit your father's grave. But other than that, yeah, it's up to you whether you wish to do that or not.
Yeah. I think after. I think I will attend to that immediately after the meeting at the Emerald Enclave.
Okay, sure, no problem. So you guys head back down towards the trade ward, taking a good hour. Would you guys like to speed it up? Because it is starting to get like late.
Adi.
Yep.
Can I say that a lot when we are walking, Joseph would look at everyone's arm and like staring at them from time to time, all of them, trying to study how the mechanics of a living tissue's arm or something.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Whose arm are you looking at, and what kind of mechanism are you looking for?
Just to let you know, Ocean doesn't have any sleep, so
he's opening his black box as well. There's a static picture where he scrolls some of the information that he scribbled inside the box, and then he look at other for some, especially Baruch's and Kill Crush arms.
What?
Yeah.
I kind of like flex my arms, like I think it's more muscular than that.
I guess you can make me some performance checks as you try to, you know what, make me a straight dexterity check as you try to draw some pictures of your friend's arms, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead.
Let me see. Dexterity check, is it? Or is it performance?
Straight dexterity.
Straight dexterity.
I would say performance dexterity, but I'm sure you don't have any performance. You don't have any proficiency in performance, do you? No, right?
Yeah, no, only 10.
Yeah. So we'll just use that. So with a 10, you make some makeshift drawings. Nothing too elaborate. Just kind of stick figures and just rounded circles and angles. But yeah, sure, you make some drawings. Again, how well they would aid you in further in future, you're not so sure. It's just, it's your pastime. But yeah, sure, you make some of those drawings onto your scrolls. With that,
because they keep moving as well. Yeah.
Did we notice him? Doing this.
I mean, are you hiding this from anybody, or you just?
Nope. Just blatant. I just assume that nobody noticed. Yeah.
Okay.
Can we try to notice he's being a great
I would say you don't need to try. You can easily see that he has his papers out and his pens, and he's like drawing on his arm as he's walking. He's kind of staring at all of you. And then when you guys stare at him, he kind of stares at someone else. Acting creepy as fuck is what I'm saying.
This kid.
Dude, Joseph, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I think I have an idea.
Oh my god.
Oh, I don't know what that means, dude.
So do I.
Would you care to elaborate?
Please elaborate.
I'm not so sure myself, but I think I think I can grasp some sort of mechanical arms.
Oh, are you just looking for someone to draw? I can be that. I can be nude if you want. You can just,
no.
and then I can just do
No.
whatever you want.
Wait. You say mechanical arm. What does that mean?
It is just a theory
Sorry,
for
one second.
now. Yeah, but just feel free to do whatever you guys do. Don't mind me.
Yeah, you ain't the boss of us, kid.
Oh.
But what are you doing?
Hey, easy on the kid, man. Easy on the kid. Look, he just needs some time to explain himself.
What's a mechanical arm?
I mean, there's this. How do I explain to you?
Okay, I go to Joseph. I was like, Joseph, does this involve any one of us needing one less organic arm?
Does it involve any of us being nude?
No, and definitely no. I look at Oisin that no.
Are you
Thank
sure? I mean, are you sure? I mean, I notice you looking, and I don't mind.
What the fuck's going on?
I'm not looking for that. I just want to see how your arms works. You can just do whatever you want. I'll just be here at the back, looking at you guys.
I trust you, dude. To not do anything.
I kind of look at Joseph and it's like, kid, look, just I hope you know what you're doing, because the more you keep opening your mouth, it's just gonna sound worse and worse.
Then can you help me later then, Mr.
Okay.
Baruch?
You know what? Sure, I'll. Although I do have something I have to go later today. Wait, what time is it? Is it like evening/night?
Oh no. It's roughly late in the afternoon right now. I'll say around the 2 p.m. period.
Okay.
Not that late.
Yeah. So I was like, I've got something to do later today, but I think if you got time tonight, then I think probably.
I can accompany you.
You know what? Sure. You can come with me.
Can I go next to Morel and then just whisper, "Are they going to fuck?"
No. Not that it's not
Can we hear
of your business.
Look, because you guys are whispering at one side, so I'm going to go to Morel and then whisper.
Okay.
No.
I was like, all right, okay, Joseph, got it. All right.
Yep.
Hey.
Anything else before you keep heading towards the Falcon Beer?
No. God damn it.
Okay.
Like, seriously, what's wrong with Ocean? He's so horny all the goddamn time. He's
I know, right?
He's like the person who's like writing like horny like slash fics.
He's horny and a busybody.
He's not writing it, he's living it right now. So, with that, as you
everyone
guys head
is.
towards the Falconmere, again, the huge gardens in front of you, with the overarching archways and this massive tree in the center of it, kind of comes into view within this surprisingly restricted, like district area of buildings all around you. You wouldn't have been able to see this until like you stepped within the alleyways that kind of headed towards the Falconmere. And again, as you come in, there is Melanov Fellbranch, the groundskeeper, the white-haired man who sent the messenger, waiting for you. Elf, actually, sorry. And he kind of sees you approach. So he goes, steps on the bridge again, just looks towards you. Ah, Morel, you are back, I believe, with good news, I hope.
Yes, my good elf, I bring wonderful news. The scarecrows have been taken care of.
That is good to hear. And I'm sure our lady would be very happy to hear what you have done for us. So, thank you once again. If you need help, or if you need any other services required of you, we'll send word. But know that Falconmere is open to you. You may come here, and if you have any, perhaps, animals or companions or pets that you require some sort of care that the city is not able to provide, I'll be able to do that here.
Right, I've been meaning to ask you, where can I get a talking cat? I would like one for myself.
Unfortunately, talking cats do not exist. And he kind of calls over this white cat that you immediately recognize to be the cat messenger. Send you the words through the common tongue. And it kind of rolls over and hits over towards you, Morel. Kind of jumps in your arms.
I just like pat it. Wait, can I have this? Is this mine?
Oh god.
He goes, no soul truly owns the soul of an animal. It is their choice whether they wish to follow you or not. This one has taken a liking to you, but follow you out, it really is up to him. Fido over there really loves the city and goes all over. I have no control of him. But know this, the cat does not speak. It is just but a spell. And he kind of waves his hand as he says, like, he opens his hands in front of him and says to himself, tell her thank you. And you can see the cat's eyes kind of flashes greenish colors. As you all feel this essence of the spell kind of hit towards the cat. The cat turns towards you, Morel, and in common tongue goes, thank you. It just jumps out of your hands.
Well, I live in the Troll Skull Manor. Come visit me anytime.
The cat kind of just licks his paws, just looks at you, kind of scratches his ears, and it just kind of hits into the trees and disappears.
Yeah, you're gonna say tomorrow. Oh, well, I guess you gotta keep familiar, huh?
No, like that, man. You heard that, man, right? No soul belongs to any creature. Something like that.
I mean, it's a cat. I don't blame it. Nobody owns a cat. They own you.
No one owes anyone, dude.
And
This
Melano kind
is a
of
society where,
laughs as well.
you know, you have your own conviction.
I mean, have you seen a cat?
This is
No one ate
perhaps quite true. Your friend speaks words true as I've heard since yesterday. So,
Oh, yes, of course. I'm smart.
Man.
well, Emerald Enclave thanks you again, and your friends for your services. You're welcome to spend your time here in the estate and these gardens that I am in charge of. But please, do not pull anything from the trees. Neither desecrate these gardens, for they are sacred to the Falconmere and to me as well.
Because it's almost like, sorry. That's full
As he looks at you, about to reach out to an apple, he kind of shrugs. Turns his head as you kind of move away.
Sorry, my lord.
Oh,
shall we be
please.
acquaintances?
I have no
Yes.
lord. Tis just but a groundskeeper here.
But you must have a name. And you are?
He turns towards you, Morel. Does your friend wish to join the Emerald Enclave as well?
He's expressed a lot of interest. Yes.
It's good to know some people. And you, Mr. Groundspeaker, shall I say? Please, we haven't been acquainted yet.
He puts his hand behind his back, kind of folds them, and just kind of stares you up and down. And what, pray tell, is your reason for joining us? Miss Morel here has borne the traits of a druid, and not just any druid, but someone to be watched over and taken care of within the grounds of this city. But you, kind of looks you up and down. What do you wish for?
A better future. That's what I want.
Who?
For
you?
everyone. For everyone. Every soul in this city.
You see him immediately shake his head. Unfortunately, you're not the one that I am looking for, and I do not think you can be of any assistance to us. Thank you again for your interest, but I think you have other ways perhaps gain your goals. And he seems to have not only just like kind of incited you look towards, he might have read your inner thoughts, you think.
What?
Oh god.
Yeah, there is no lying to this man, it seems, as whatever you say, he immediately kind of judges it, as if he knows that you say it with different thoughts on your mind. But Morel is different.
What's in my mind? Is it just dicks?
It's a lot of dicks. It's just a lot of dicks. Ass as well, but mostly just dicks.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh god, what the fuck is wrong?
And you see Melano Feldbranch kind of shudders a bit as he closes his eyes, kind of rub his eyes for a bit. But anyway, again, thank you. As mentioned, you can take these grounds for your own and enjoy yourself. Perhaps take a rest here if you need. If you have any pets or any animals that require care, I can do that for you as well, free of charge. But for you, Morel, you have a gift, I believe, from the lady. And he kind of steps away from the bridge as he ushers you towards the large tree in the center of the Falconmere. You approach.
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna stare at his arms and then draw as well.
he folds his sleeves, like he has this like open sleeves, like kind of folds them downwards as the groundskeeper. Just folds it all the way down to his wrist and just kind of puts his hands behind his back and just kind of looks at you all, almost eyeing you all suspiciously. Other than that, he just stands there, just gives you all this kind of like very stern look, not to disturb Morel, at least in what's about to happen. Morel, you step up the steps, heading towards the large oak tree. It's massive diameter of oak and branches that kind of spread at least about 40 feet upwards into the air. And the moment you step there, the winds again start blowing. Morel, you have returned.
Yes, it's me. Have you heard the wonderful news?
Not heard, but felt.
Oh. Yeah, we killed the scarecrows.
The scarecrows are the least of your worries. More animosity is yet to come. I see it upon the horizon. But with your help, Morel, we can perhaps dissuade all this chaos. For now, you deserve the gift.
And you see this one leaf kind of just glow in the distance atop one of these branches. Start to fall downwards. Slowly comes down, like drifts towards you on the wind. And you kind of like put your hand out. It immediately lands in between your palms. This leaf just glows this greenish light. A single just maple leaf, quite large, roughly about like the size of a full-grown hand. And as it glows, you hear the voice go again. I bestow upon thee the charm of restoration. With this, you may aid yourself or your friends if necessary. And I'll see that you will perhaps need it in further times to come. But for now, thank you. And again, the winds blow as the voice disappears along the wind. And you see the leaf now just glimmering this light, greenish light, no longer as bright as it once was. But you can now add a charm of restoration to your inventory, Morel.
Yay!
This charm, you would know, I guess, the moment like it kind of lands into you. You have the instinctual, like magical, like connection to it. You immediately attune to it, if there's such a thing. But yeah, there's no attunement required. But this charm has 6 charges. You can use an action to cast, I believe. Oops, sorry, give me a second. To cast Greater Restoration. 4 charges, sorry. 4 charges to cast Greater Restoration, or 2 of those charges to cast Lesser Restoration. Once it's all charges have been expended, the charm vanishes from you.
Wait, 4 charges for Greater Restoration and 2 for Lesser Restoration, is it?
Yes. And it has 6 charges right now. So technically you could use it all to cast 3 castings of Lesser Restoration and it'll finish, or 1 Greater Restoration and 1 Lesser Restoration.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'm just writing this down.
Okay.
Then the recharge?
It does not recharge once all of the
Consumable.
it's all been consumed. It will be gone.
I take the leaf and I like put it in my hair,
Mhm.
and then like quickly, awkwardly at the air.
Meanwhile, Killcrush just stare blankly at this thing. Maybe he can read my mind.
He probably is, as you feel him just kind of like just pursuing, just looking through all of you. He looks at Oisin, kind of shakes his head, looks at Baruch, kind of just nods up and down, looks at Joseph and just kind of shrugs, looks at Yoki Crush and just kind of squints, almost like he's trying very hard to get something, but it's getting nothing there.
I think what we get is basically Killcrush imagine himself as a black staff, and you see him like swimming in fantasy, flying in air.
Yeah, he just kind of like doesn't understand what he's watching right now in his head.
it's like a Nyan cat now, but no.
And he's just like, what the fuck is going on in this guy's head? But he immediately kind of like straightens up again as Morel, you come back down to join your friends. He goes, well, I hope the lady has restored something of worth to you. And in future, if you ever need anything else, you may try to ask of the lady, perhaps ask of me as well. But I will have more things of you. For now.
Wait, what was Moral talking to? Moral was talking to someone or just the tree?
You all do not hear the voice that Morel hears. It is only within her head.
It's basically like a world,
Telepathy.
Inner world thingy, telepathy.
But we can't. No, but we're not even seeing anything from
No,
where
you
we
don't
are.
see anything. You do not see anything. All you all saw was Morel just walk across the bridge, stand in front of the tree for a bit. You don't even see the leaf like enter her hands. And then she
Because
just
just
walks
focus
back.
on the apple. It looks delicious. While he's imagining how much power he's gonna have in the future.
Okay. So with that, Morel, is there anything else you wish of Mello Fellbranch? If not, you guys can start heading off if you like.
Now I just say to him, oh, she has restored indeed. Well, thank you very much. We'll be taking our leave now.
Alright. Oh, and don't forget this as well. He walks over to you and hands you what looks to be a small pin. This metallic pin. The size, it looks pretty much exactly like the maple leaf that you acquired. And he just goes, this small trinket to show that you are one of the Enclave. Perhaps if you meet more of our agents or more of our people, they'll be able to guide you and use them as well. He hands it to you.
I pin it on my dress, and I like look at Oisin, like wiggle my eyebrows, like, see, I have it, you don't.
Oh boy!
That burns so bad. But with that, you guys head out of the Falconmere, back onto the streets of Waterdeep again, and once more, the day is yours. It is afternoon again, around 3 p.m. by the time you guys finish up at Falconmere, and the streets are busy with people running about all around Waterdeep. What would you like to do today?
Oh, I want to talk to Baruch.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah. What's up?
Hey, you look like you've got a good head for business. You have a shop, right? You're like a business owner.
Mm.
You see, the thing is, I am a business owner too, but you know, my shop, it's let's just say in disarray. And I've been trying to forget about it, but then, you know, my dad asked me about it. So I was wondering, would you help me run the shop?
Run the shop, as in like.
I don't know, just make it functional again. Right now, there's nothing in there. It's in a mess. I don't know what to do.
I kind of like there's like Baruch does like take a few moments to kind of like, what I tell her, right? Do I tell her yes, no? You know, kind of. He's like truly conflicted in the sense as like, Morel, I don't think. Well, I'm not the businessman that you think I am.
Well, what do you do? I thought you had like a smith or something. You're a blacksmith, right?
Not really.
So what
He's
are you?
not a blacksmith.
Legally, I am not. Legally, I am not.
You're an illegal blacksmith?
Should I report you to the City Watch?
No, look, I am a cleric of I am a cleric of Tharmacool. Look, it's a complicated thing. I'm trying to use, you know, legal loopholes to kind of at least practice my craft. And the revenue I get is just classified as donations. My profit is effectively 0, according to the books. If you're thinking of something like oh, get the shop running, make it profitable, I'm not the person. I'm not the person. There's a reason why I'm not running a smith proper anymore.
Wait, so you're just like me. You're running a business and you don't make money. We should totally work together.
You know, like 0 plus 0 is still equal to 0. You know what I'm?
Right. Okay. Maybe I'll ask.
No, Morel, I understand what you're trying to say. It's just that, I mean, look, is that what you want? Is you're just trying to get your thing up because your parents kind of pressured you to?
Yeah, I feel a bit guilty, I guess.
And is it more of the mushroom stuff?
Yeah, we sell herbs.
Because on that front, I'm gonna tell you I have close to no knowledge of that stuff. I'll just be upfront about that. I've got close to no knowledge of that stuff. But I've ran my smith and my dad's smith and then my smith for a long time before I couldn't anymore. So, look,
what do you mean you can't anymore?
It's a long story. It's a long story.
Shorten it for me.
TLDR.
Yeah, I'm not technically allowed to smith anymore. Legally.
Why? Did someone catch you?
You know, this is like you're kind of like unlocking like a lot of the layers and layers of like stuff that he's tried to repress over the years.
Baruch's like an onion. Got to peel the layers back and get to the stinky center.
You know how Waterdeep is, you know, a city full of laws and, you know, the code legal and all of that. It turns out that there are certain interpretations that, I guess, if you piss the wrong person off, sometimes they really know where to make it hurt.
Yeah, but pissing people off is fun. I'd say it's worth it.
I said pissing the wrong person off.
So you're not allowed to smith anymore because you pissed someone off.
I guess I pissed a lot of people off.
How about you set up your forge in my shop?
I can't. If if the most careful order of
Skillsmiths and metal forgers.
Yes, skillsmiths and metal forgers find out, like, I probably will die, or I'm gonna get kicked out of the city. I'm either gonna be sent to the amends farm, or worse, or I'm just gonna straight up die.
I'll cover for you. We'll have a friend selling her herbs, and then you can like set up a forge at the back of the shop.
I'm gonna be making a lot of smoke. Is there a way for you to justify that for a what, like a herb shop?
Yeah, brewing potions.
What kind of potions make smoke?
You know, the potion of smoke making, smoke inducing potion. It creates a lot of smoke.
That's what it's for.
I'm just trying to like logic my way out of this, and it's not working. The thing is, it's not working.
You're great, man.
It's logic.
It's not working. So it's like,
logical people.
yeah, it's like,
Well, you have to think about it, alright? We should be heading on now.
yeah.
Oh, Kill
Look,
Crusher. Do you think they're talking about old people stuff? Like how their bones creak and stuff?
Yeah, I see. We're talking about old people stuff.
Yes.
Oh yeah, cool.
Like making money and business. Something that you goddamn millennials don't understand.
I'm a Gen Z. Excuse me.
Yeah, you Zoomers don't understand, or I don't know. I don't know what generation gaps
I'm
are.
Zoomer.
I thought you were a half elf.
No. I'm 21.
Wait, are you a half elf or human? Don't make me look.
I'm an Asimar.
Joseph.
Oh yeah, you're Asimar, right. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. It's like I legitimately forgot what his race was. Okay, yeah, and it's like, gosh darn kids and all of their TikToks and whatever. Yeah, so I think Baruch will kind of like file that away for later. But all of this stuff about like talking about what was happened is kind of like put a little bit more urgency to kind of like go see his dad at the City of the Dead.
Okay. So are you going now, or what is everyone doing? Plan.
I'll follow Baruch.
Okay.
Yeah, Joseph is coming with me.
Okay.
Because
but I don't know.
All right. So Baruch and Joseph are heading towards, it seems, the City of the Dead. Apparently.
Yeah, I tell the group, it's like, look, we'll meet you back at the manor, but I've got to do something. You know, Joseph is coming with me, but
what are you doing, dude? Old man.
It's the 30th anniversary of my father's death.
Oh,
I'm sorry, dude. You alright?
He's been gone for 30 years.
We can be there for emotional support or something.
I think maybe I'll bring you all guys another time, but I think I need to have this moment. But I need Joseph to come with me.
Alright, we know when you got back, we can just open up this casket and then have like a little bit of party tonight. How about that? We're celebrating the opening of our fucking own tavern. You be okay, dude? And the anniversary of your father's death. And that's another thing that we want. That's not celebration, I guess.
I legitimately heard like, oh, we're just gonna open his casket. I'm like,
excuse me.
I was like, what? But then you were talking about the wine. I'm like, oh, okay. Like for a moment, I'm like, how the fuck dare you, sir?
What's this food wine that we got from Mr. Portobello? You'll be there, right? Fuck yeah.
Yeah. We'll be back. We won't take long, hopefully. Yeah.
So, Joseph and Brooke, you guys head off towards the City of the Dead. And that's a little bit further than expected. You guys basically spend the whole day going traversing the city.
Yeah, so it's like from like the field ward, right? Like they kind of like came down south and then they just peeled off that way while we were just gonna go like south and into the City of the Dead.
Okay. So
yeah.
You guys start heading towards the City of the Dead by yourself. The rest of you guys, you'll just chill for a bit, as you've figure out what you might want to do beforehand.
For me, skill crush. Go back. Basically, try to continue his job as a spell guard. You know, because he's a spell guard.
Okay, you go about heading towards the rest of your duties for the day.
Yeah,
but
correct.
for Baruch and Joseph, let's get you guys here first. So, journey towards the city of the dead takes you less than about half an hour before you finally reach. And here, it's a little bit more solemn. As you approach the city of the dead.
Yeah.
Okay. So, looking here, the cemetery is no drab cemetery. It's a great park of grassy hills, tended flower beds, artfully placed clusters of trees and bushes, beautiful sculptures, and astounding architecture all around you. Gravel paths that kind of wend in and beat through this intriguing pathways that kind of cover the entire park that is the city of the dead. And long ago, Waterdeepians mostly largely abandoned the practice of burying their dead, instead entombing them in mausoleums here. And for a century, the major mausoleums here have kind of connected to all sorts of underground kind of burial grounds, as well as smaller kind of depending on whether it was like a dwarf or a human or perhaps half elf or perhaps elven. Each and every one has kind of like their own little mausoleum or personal kind of like grave house or area. And yours is this one that's been placed within the dwarven mausoleum on the north side. And there's just, as you guys walking past, there's not very many people here, at least today. And you head inside, you see all these individual plaques kind of placed along the walls, and each one kind of holds an urn of the ashes of the people before, or the entire bodies, depending. And for you, your father kind of like requested that his body was not to be burned, but to be buried in the earth. And he kind of taken this northern plot with his gravestone kind of placed. And you see it as you approach this greyish rock that bears the name of your father, Bromdell Smokefinger, born 1742, died 1941. No, 1911, sorry. Yeah, 30 years ago.
Wait. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out like the actual. You know what? The date doesn't actually really matter, but like it happened like 30 years ago. That's yeah. So it's kind of like a moment where it's kind of obvious like when we're approaching like the final part, and like there's his tombstone, and Baruch kind of just like stands there for like a couple of minutes, just staring at the name, staring at the tombstone, and kind of like, you know, in like a contemplation that he's usually done, but in previous years that he's done a lot quicker. But this time it's taken him about, you know, the more time he spent here, like as the years go by, the longer and longer he seems to like look at the gravestone before he starts to do like the, you know, the cleaning and the appropriate like rituals, like setting up I think for Baruch, I think he's kind of always used like the tools that his father passed down to him, right? It's like nothing was like truly belonged to his dad. So like whatever his dad used in the workshop, right? It all came down. It was passed down to Baruch, and you know, Baruch kind of like, you know, he like legitimately starts like taking out all of his like smithing stuff, right? All of his smithing tools, right? And kind of like placing them in like a very like intricate pattern on the ground, right? Like it's almost in like kind of like a very, it's almost like he's preparing kind of like a sigil, right? And he, and it doesn't really, it doesn't necessarily like have any like magical or like arcane or whatever. It's just kind of like a personal thing to him. But he kind of just like after he's done, right? He's placed everything, even like the leather, the apron and the gloves and all of that stuff, right? Until like and Baruch is kind of like fully stripped away all of the things that his father had passed down onto him, right? And they're all kind of like laying there on the kind of like that tombstone, the grave area, and he stands there, and is Joseph like right behind me or beside me?
I guess what
behind.
Yeah,
I'm behind him.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. And I think I don't look back to like look at him, but I kind of like know that he's there, because like I've caught him in like my peripheral vision, and I just say to him like, I've been in the city my whole life, and I have my dad, I have my father to thank for that. All these decades and centuries, and I owe it to him. And I feel like I shouldn't be here, but I need to be, because I feel like I'm losing it. And I think Baruch at this point is there's kind of like he's stuck in that like middle point where like he doesn't know exactly what to say, and even like the things that he's done in previous years are like escaping him because he
don't explain it, dude. Just say it.
Yeah. He.
If you can't say it, don't say it. Yeah. If you can't say it, don't say it. That's all.
Yeah. And like I think he forgets about Joseph for a moment, and he kind of like actually tries to address his dad. And
what do you say to your dad's grave?
I said like, I don't know how much longer I can keep this up, Dad. I'm gonna lose it all. And for what? And I just wish sometimes you were here. And you always seem to know how to talk to those folks. And I couldn't. And we're gonna lose it. We're gonna lose the shop. Just hope. Please. If I do, please forgive me. And he clasps his hands together, and he kind of does he says like a small, like a olden dwarvish saying, and that's it. He opens his eyes and starts to like remove the equipment back up, starts packing it in again, and once he's done, once Baruch is done, right, like he actually, while he's packing it in, right, all the stuff together, right, he mentions Joseph, like, look, Joseph.
Yeah. As you can see, right now, Joseph looks like very solemn behind you. He kind of understand that, what you're trying to say.
Baruch says like, I don't have much time. But
what do you mean? You don't have much time?
I don't know how much time I have left before I can no longer practice smithing and metal crafting and all of that stuff. And I've made so many mistakes, especially with... And he kind of like looks at Joseph, right? Joseph is like really young, right? And it's kind of like almost exactly that same age demographic of all the apprentices he's had over the many years that like he's driven to like exhaustion, to like mental breakdowns, to like lost limbs, right? Like there's like a wave of regret and like a wave of like, you know, just overwhelming guilt kind of like settles on him, and it kind of like is sort of responsible for all of the shit that he's in now. And it's like, I think I have one last chance with you that I can pass down what I can, because it's what my father did for me. I have no children. I have no next of kin.
Don't say that. Don't say that, old man.
Joseph, I'm not kidding. This is not a joke.
I'm not joking as well.
I'm not gonna die. Joseph, if that's what you're worried about, I'm not gonna die. It's just that when I was younger, you know, in quotations, I resisted other people learning what I had because I thought they weren't good enough to learn the things that me and my father had developed and crafted, all the techniques, all the strategies, all the ways that we've learned as metalsmiths and forgers here in Waterdeep. I specifically refused to cooperate with the guild, and any and all apprentice that I had, I drove away because I was stupid, I was an idiot, and but I'm determined to at least make things right? I at least want someone to... I at least want to pass it on to someone and not be worried about the prestige of my family's name, because I'm the only one left. There is nothing left. I only have my shop, and it's only a matter of time before I lose it.
Where is your shop?
It's in I believe it is in the Trades Ward. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we moved to the Trades Ward. It's actually close by to this area, but it's a bit further south. But
you can show him your shop if you want to.
Yeah, I think as we're kind of talking this as like we're leaving, but I do say, like, Joseph, if I don't know if you would indulge this stupid old man, but if I can, would you let me pass on what I have learned to you? Or else the hundreds of years that me and my father have lived here would be all for nothing. And I kind of bring out kind of like the small object that I don't know what it's like a small kind of like a makings of like a beginning of like a magic item, but like we kind of like don't know what it is yet because like we haven't formed it, but like the object has...
So is it an object now, or is it just like plants?
That's the thing. It's like it's like an unformed object, right? It's, imagine like ore that's become like Play-Doh, right? Like we've kind of like hammered it and like smithed it and re-smithed it into...
I will say you have a lump of mithril with you right now.
Oh sure, yeah, that works too, right? Like, and it's at least something that me and my father have tried to make beyond what it is naturally on the surface into something more, but we haven't been able to kind of like do it.
Sure.
Right? Yeah. So it's been like failed attempt after failed attempt, and like okay, scrap the whole thing.
So this lump of mithril that has basically been like melted down and then reshaped and then melted down and reshaped almost like more than about 10 times. And you're not sure whether it's still holding its structural integrity at the moment, but yes, you have this kind of considerably worthless lump of mithril right now.
God, all right, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So I just kind of like hold it up, and it's like this is like all that all that's the physical things that like my father has left after all our efforts of like we've tried to like make magic items, and it hasn't gone well. So that's the thing. I asked Joseph, it's like, would you allow me to impart what I know to you?
Then I have a better proposition then. Let's do it together then.
So what are you proposing?
Yeah, you once mentioned you want to make the best legendary weapon ever, right?
Yeah. And I kind of like look at the lump of mithril, and it's like, well, look at how far we have left to go.
I'm willing to do this project with you.
Yeah. Anyways, like so Baruch kind of takes that as like a yes, right? So he says, thank you.
It's not over yet until it's really over. As long as it's not over, you cannot give up yet. Because that principle is what I'm following as well. I may not be able to cast spells like my mom or use swords like my dad, but at least I can do something that only I can do.
Yeah.
And
so keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, you made me realize that when we talked at that night on the hill. I mean, yeah, everybody have their own demons, but if you need help, I guess we can try find help saving your shop or something. I mean, you do magical stuff, right? Magical weapons, right? That counts as something.
That's the thing. I can't create a magic item into itself, or not for long. Really, like I kind of like show like the Warhammer that I have, and it's like, look, like this is as good as it's gonna get. Like it's, but if I try to make anything else, I can't. Right? Like this is as good as it's gonna get.
Then I can imbue magic on an object. I can channel my mana inside there.
Wait, what are you talking about?
What is mana?
What is mana?
What are you talking about, dude? Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. Like, would we have time to kind of like swing by, the shop?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So we would like to go to the smokehouse and kind of like, I want to show him around, and I realize like I haven't been there in quite a while. So yeah, so I would like to go and kind of like take a look at it and see like what's going on with it.
So as you guys come out of the City of the Dead, heading back towards Trade's Ward, your shop is quite nearby actually, roughly about 10 minutes walk, heading towards the center of the high road. You head towards the Smoke Figure House, and I'll say Baruch is the first one who immediately realizes your shop is quite large, like a one-story front, It has the what used to be a forge in the front is now kind of like a small shrine area, and the forge has kind of been moved to the back. But there is a front like a separation, like a doorway, like a wooden doorway that kind of like stops people from coming into the courtyard of the front area. That door is now gone.
Ooh, what?
Like gone. Like,
is it the one that I pull out?
You see hinges. You kind of see where hinges would have been for your doorway. Even those hinges are gone.
And I... Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. And, like, I don't know, like, you probably see Baruch, and he's kind of, like, slowly but surely from, like, his... Like, he's not a tall person, right? So he's a dwarf, but, like, it takes a lot of, like, loss of blood pressure to kind of, like, see his skin go pale.
Skin goes pale.
Yeah, and it's like... No. And I stumble inside.
Alright. Stumbling inside. The shrine and the courtyard seems it's pretty much in place. But every bit of metal that used to be here within your shop, anything that would have been a hinge, a hammer, a tool, an anvil, any bit of metal that you had in this place is no longer here. It looks like somebody or someone has kind of ransacked and removed all the metal fillings from every corner of your workshop.
Oh God!
And has
like
only left
everything specifically.
I'm talking about like your hammer, like just a normal like wooden hammer with like with like a steel mallet on it. The steel has been removed, and the handle of the hammer just left there on your work table. All other clippers, anything else that is made of metal, looks like it has been taken from your workshop.
That's the thing. It's like so deliberate, right? Like because then like, oh, no. Can I do like a check to see like? Oh boy, I want to understand kind of like the reasoning. That's the thing. It's like the reasoning of the removal of the metal.
I'll say make me an insight. I'll say make me an insight check.
Yeah, it's like I think he has a pretty good idea, but like it's kind of like a, you know, it's like you have the envelope, you already know what's inside it, but you don't want to read the contents of the letter.
Insight check, please.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no.
With a nat 1, you're not sure, but you obviously think that the most careful order of skilled smith and mortal forgers must have sent some roving thieves to steal whatever was worth from your place, and you think you're being obviously punished again while you were not around.
And I don't know, like at this point, like he's gone around like the perimeter of the shop to kind of like
it's all gone. It's all gone.
Yeah, assess like, and then once he realizes like every bit of
even scrap
ferrous material, ferrous material,
it's all gone.
Yeah. And he kind of just like comes back to the doorway, and you know, he kind of puts his hand on like the door frame, and just stumbles back towards the Trollskull alley. Right, like he's just catatonic.
Okay.
Oh I'll try to catch him before he stumbles then.
Alright, so as you guys stumble back towards Trollskull.
Yeah, like that's the thing is like Baruch is like he's non-responsive. It looks like he's like in trauma, like PTSD.
Sure, we will handle your PTSD in a second. So with that, everyone else, those who did not join the party, Keel Crush, Oisin, Morel, what would you guys like to do as you see Baruch and Joseph head off to do their thing?
You know, I think I want to
have a drink.
Have a drink. Sorry,
we can have a drink, but I want to go visit that detective next door again.
Oh!
He's got some gold. I think I have money to pay him now.
Oh wait, why? Because I think he was just talking about Liv, or does someone have a crush? Because I thought that's what we have Liv for, and then we can just try and then set up this heaven for Liv.
Are you saying the detective has a crush on Liv? What?
Oh no, but why do you want to meet up with the detective?
Well, Liv is still around, and I don't want him breaking any more of my potions. So, I think we should hire him to investigate Liv. I'll pay for it.
But Amma, do you want to try and set up the tavern, and then we can just? I thought we were going to use Kill Crushed Blood this time to talk to the left.
That didn't work the last time, so.
Because my blood is too pure. Maybe Kill Crushed Blood isn't that pure, so that might work.
You can sure use Kill Crush Blood if you want. But the
We'll
point
give
is,
it a try.
if Kill Crush would like to actually donate his blood, it's a different matter.
You need to
But
ask
yeah,
him,
we
I
can
guess.
we can talk to the detective.
Okay. So, I'll say you guys start to see Troll Skull Alley come above, come nearby, and you guys are starting heading towards the private detective shop itself. And eventually, as you head there, again, opening the doors towards Vincent's, this detective kind of operation that he's held on the edges of the street itself. You see, Vincent, let me see, wait a second. Vincent Trench is strolling by, heading towards his private detective shop again, his agency, and immediately as he's like opening the door, kind of notices you guys approaching.
Ah, well, do you need my services there?
Yes. We'd like to get to the bottom of this spirit haunting the tavern.
Oh, you'd like to know more about this spectre you speak about? Well,
Yes.
You have the gold as mentioned.
How much was it?
50 gold for preliminary investigations. If there are additional services after, I'll probably have to write you a little receipt, but it shouldn't be too much after that.
So what does this preliminary investigations cover?
Well, I guess just cover your initial questions of what this spectre is, as to how perhaps you might wish to deal with it, or any other further relationships the spectre might have. That will be separate, I believe, from what you might wish. But is this true? You just wish to find out more information about this spectre, at least what I can garner.
We just want to know what he or she wants. I think it's a he.
Well, that will take a little bit of time. Perhaps needing to even meet the spectre myself. I tell you what, you all are from Trollskull Tavern? That little place that's been building itself up this couple of weeks?
That's right. That's where the spirit is.
Alright. Tell you what, I'll drop by when I find a bit of time in my busy schedule. Come and speak to you a little bit about your worries, and I'll see whether I can find out a little bit about the spectre. You may hold your payment until then.
Alright then.
Okay then. Well, take my business card, and just hands you this small blackish card with whitish outlines on it and the single tiger's eye in the center. And you see at the back, it's like Vincent Trollskull Alley. Kind of hands it to you in this cursive writing. Goes, well, you may keep that. If you wish to call upon me, just speak to the card. Or if not, perhaps somebody else might like my services. You can hand it off straight away.
I think we just leave, and as we're leaving, I'm just gonna whisper to Oisin. He says, "Speak to the card."
What? Sorry. What was it, Amma?
He said, "If we need his services, just speak to the card. Just speak to the card."
So mysterious. Try it.
Vincent, I'd say to the card.
Oh my god.
You there, Vincent? Hello.
As you say that, It takes about a second before.
Oh, yes, checking out the magics of this card, I see.
Yeah.
It's just a sending stone. You may speak to it, it'll deliver a quick message to me, and I can send one back. So keep it short. But do try not to disturb me in the middle of the night.
Sure. I won't disturb you in the middle of the night at all.
Thank you.
And with that, this spell kind of stops. Other than that, you have a card from Vincent. Anything else you guys wish to do before heading back to the manor?
How do we set up again? We try and say like get someone like starting to set up the tavern.
You would have to head to the manor. You'll find out. After all, they are repairing and renovating the tavern itself, so it should be after so long quite built up already by now. Would you like to hit there?
Our tavern, yeah.
Okay. So, you guys walk straight over to the tavern. And now that you're in Trollskull Alley, it is about this time, like you spend a bit of time at Vincent's kind of walking around and chit-chatting. I'll say Baruch and Joseph as well kind of meets you guys right in this front of Trollskull Manor. Looking at it, it has been fully built up. A couple of guild workers from the Carpenters Guild kind of walk past you as they're holding like a bit of wood and other like rough furniture. As they see you, it's like,
the owners of the Trollskull Manor, here you go.
Just hands you each a key, this brass key.
Goes, renovations all done, as you stated. Taverns at the bottom and furniture all up top for the living areas. We've even got the cellar all up and done, so good luck.
Wow.
Hands you the key.
Certain guild members will be approaching you, perhaps even by today, seeing since the renovations has just completed. If you're going to start a tavern here, you might wish to speak to them. But other than that, I will see you all another time.
And he just starts walking off already by himself. You see a nice, the tavern, which it once was this dusty, decrepit building, has been completely painted over this whitish and greyish paint along the outside. There isn't any signages on it at the moment, but everything has been completely built up. As you guys start approaching the manor itself, you see this old human male, roughly in like his 60s, white beard, thick white scraggly white hair on his head, it's a bald spat parting in between as well. Just kind of walks out of the tavern that's next to you all, and just goes,
"You're the owners of this new tavern."
Aye, we are. What's up, bruh?
Nothing.
Just looks at the tavern. grumbles to himself, just goes,
"In competition again, damn it."
Oh, damn, no.
And starts walking back into his tavern next door.
Wait, are you a neighbor? Should we get acquainted? Hi, what's up, bruh? Our name, we are the Best Friends Club, and then you are?
Turns towards you.
Call me Emmett. And this here Froon's Brews is my tavern.
And you see up now that the tavern's been kind of set up, you can definitely see the signages, Froon's Brew. Froon's Brews. Kind of like emboldened in the middle of it. It goes,
not looking to look friends, too old for that shit.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, we're just going to say hi. We're just going to be friendly towards each other. It's fine.
Just kind of grunts towards you.
Nice to meet you, bruh.
Just goes back into the tavern.
This is so awkward, man.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be friends with us. It's kind of weird. Like, he was just grumping and then just went in. I don't know how to talk to that guy.
People can't have friends.
Right? It's kind of weird. You're old. Do you want to be friends with that old guy?
No. Gross.
Oh God! You don't have to be so ageist.
as you guys are kind of like stepping to the front of your newly made tavern, you see there are 4 halflings standing in the very front of the door. So right here.
Ooh.
Oh,
Greetings.
oh.
As you guys approach, I'm guessing Oisin approaches, you see this one halfling with what looks to be like tattoos emblazoned down his face. This black horseshoe, like handle brown mustache. He's got mutton chops and this like slick black hair that goes over his head, and his blue eyes, dressed in this common, I would say like a common trader's clothing. Nothing too special, just a simple like black and red a tunic over simple brown trousers. You can see he's like wearing dirty shoes as well. Even behind him, the halflings that stand next to him kind of wear similar clothing as well, despite their varying like looks. And he just goes up to you and just goes, the name's Kelso. Are you the owners of this tavern? Are you opening up soon?
One of the owners. Yeah, nice to meet you, Kelso. The name's Ocean.
And you see like one of the female halflings kind of go up and they kind of clasp hands together. Sister, they're back finally. We can finally ask them. And the other two kind of immediately rush up. Kelso just goes, this be my sister. Her name is Danica. And you see this kind of black-haired halfling with very nice purple like flowers in the head. She gives you kind of like a wide smile and just goes, hello, Kelso's brother. We were just here thinking if you were perhaps looking to hire anyone.
Wow.
Me and
Are you
Bryn
looking for
here,
jobs?
me and Bryn here, you see this other halfling here dressed in this green cap, also like youngish looking, probably in their, they look like they're in their mid-30s, mid-20s kind of thing. Just kind of looks up to you as well. Bryn here is pretty good in the kitchen, and I am good at pouring drinks. He also goes, yes. And this here is Dasher. You see this blonde color halfling with a bit of a scowl as he kind of walks over to you. Don't mind his face. Dasher's really good. If you need people to clean cooking ware, I guess he's a great worker throughout. We're just wondering, perhaps, would you be willing to hire us? We've been looking for work these past few days and nothing's really come up. And we saw your tavern coming up in Troskal Alley.
What the luck it could be that we are. This is actually kind of new. We do need a lot of people to try and start with this thing with us. Like, we actually do need all of these people. A chef, someone to work on the counter. Yeah, fuck yeah, we do need people. But do you mind? I'm sure this might be a little bit too forward, but we do need some sort of a interview sort of thing.
Of course. Would
Yes.
you like to start now? My name is Kelso Fiddlewick, and he kind of shakes your hand a bit. This here be Dashiell Snowbeetle, my sister Danica Fiddlewick. She is the youngest in the family. And this here is Bryn Hilltopple. All of us are kind of friends. We go about looking for work within the trades wards and the north wards. And yeah, we've done a little bit of we worked a bit in the tavern and inn before, so if you need that kind of help, we're more than able to.
Yes.
I just have one question. Are you friends or best friends?
To look at each other. I guess.
Deliberate. Think about this really hard.
They all look at each other and they think really hard. I guess you could call us family, almost.
Oh,
Almost, yes. That's one step up above.
Oh, thank you. But yes.
No, I mean that not in a good way.
Oh.
What we're looking for, Borel, do you mind?
yeah, go ahead.
Best friends. That is the question. That is the answer that we're looking for. So are you best friends?
We can be. Danica goes, yes, we're best friends. Bryn just kind of like rushes and kind of nods as well in the crowd. Dasher just kind of like, yeah, best friends. Yeah,
Well,
we're all
yeah.
best friends.
That's
As long as you
good
hire
enough
us,
for me.
we can be whatever you need us to be.
No. You decide what you want to be, but right now what we're looking for are best friends, which is what this tavern needs.
They
Fuck
kind of
yeah!
look at each other as they
Come
kind
on
of
in.
confused. As long as you
Come on in, tavern. Just try to sit to yourself. We just have a talk inside. We're not
Uh,
going to talk outside like some animals. Just come in. We haven't even seen our tavern yet. Come on.
as long as you're paying us, we don't mind. We could start straight away. We don't really need a tour. They look at each other.
No, dude, you do. Because also we do as well. So fuck yeah, come on, dude.
All right
Just
then.
yell at Baruch and the rest. Hey, we got some job. What?
Oh, I did hear.
applicants here.
Baru and Joseph here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah.
I'm currently
man.
leaning on him as well, helping him to walk.
Oh wait,
Is he okay?
Does he look
Yeah.
not okay?
Yeah,
Yep.
Baruch is kind of like, it looks like he's injured, right? Like he's like, I would say like he's limping slightly, but there's like, if you want to like check like him physically, there's really nothing wrong with him. Like actually physically, there's nothing wrong with him, but he's like psychosomatically, he's like just kind of like shuffling along like he's lifeless.
Mr. Baruch, would like to sit? I think you.
God,
Yeah, I'll sit.
what happened, dude?
It's gone. It's all gone. It's all gone. It's all gone.
I have no context of what you're saying, dude. What happened, Joseph?
Oh no, the wine is still here. What are you talking about, Baruch?
We went to Mr. Baruch's shop. Apparently. And then you can see the solemn look from Joseph, like
Why?
It
What
is-
happened?
it is kind of desolated. Everything else has been taken away.
Whoa.
Is it
Why?
those guys you pissed off?
I'm not sure about that, but yeah, we need to know about the details about Mr. Baruch's circumstances.
Yeah, right now he's kind of like non-responsive. I'm sorry, guys. He's a bit catatonic.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's like I don't know. It's like if you know like how people are in like the trauma unit. Yeah, he's like prime candidate trauma unit.
Somebody call the police.
Yeah.
Wait, I am the police.
Yeah, I'll
It
just
does
carry
look like
Baruch.
he's been in a car crash, right? And he's not injured, but like something like has fucked him up.
Can I look at Kelso and then sorry, dude. Do you mind? Is there any way that you can cook something up for our friend here, Baruch?
I mean, are you hiring us?
Let's just say that this is an interview and if it goes well, which I know, fuck yeah, bro, that this will go fucking well. We can just start immediately. How about that?
Just make me a persuasion check, please.
Ooh.
I mean, you're good at those, right? You're good at those.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's my thing.
Come on, you're like level 3, right? You get your thing. Do you get your thing?
Yes.
But you want to roll, right? Roll to see if it's
yeah.
higher.
22.
22. He will go. I guess. Bryn, could you perhaps check out what's in their pantries and perhaps try to cook something up for their dwarf friend here? Bryn just kind of shrugs. All right. Starts heading towards the kitchen. Is there anything else you'd like to test this on? I'm pretty good at pouring a brew. Just looks towards the ale cask that has been like placed to the side.
Yes. Do you mind try to set up a couple of five classes for us all?
All right, Asher, come follow me. And perhaps there's some work for Danica as well.
What can you do, Danica?
Danica goes, I'm pretty good at talking to customers and I guess ushering them in if you need. I'm a pretty good bar waitress.
do that. Fuck yeah, but not now. Sorry, Danica. Right now we're not open yet, so this is kind of like an interview moment. But yeah, we get back to you. Is that okay?
I guess Kelsey just goes.
I'm
whatever
sorry,
makes you happy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you actually come at not the great moment, as you can see from our Wolfen friend here, dude. Sorry, I'm so sorry, dude.
It's all right. I mean, not to say that we haven't been tricked and confounded before, but
No,
after doing a little
no.
bit of work, we don't mind. We've been treated that way. We're halflings after all, and sisters. Yeah,
No,
I guess.
I won't do that to you. How about this? To make you feel better, I'll give you 2 silver, and then do with that as you may, and then you can just try to help us for the rest of the day. How about that?
Make me a persuasion check.
The standard rate for hirelings.
25.
25.
Jesus.
Sure. 2 silver for each of us. We can start today. If you don't mind.
We again, like I said, we're not even open yet. This is just for like maybe about 1 hour ish. Is that okay? I'm sorry.
Should we perhaps come back at another time? Is this not a good time?
I mean, I don't want you to come back because you're already here.
You
so
don't want us to come back?
Try to see what you guys can cook for us, and then if everything is good,
I mean, I
can
can't
just
cook.
continue doing it.
I can't cook. Kelso goes, and Dasher just goes, I'm not very good with the stove. Bryn's the one that cooks. But if you just want to hire her, I guess that's fine too. There's nothing much that we can do besides pour some ales here for you.
And then can I look at the rest of the guys? So I'm sorry about it, but I know this little halflings are looking for a job. What do you guys think?
I say hire them already.
Yes, please do.
If you say so, you're hired. Because again, I'm not the only one. So 1 for hiring for morale. How about Baruch, Joseph, Killcrush?
Killcrush. Look at the small ones. Where? Oh yeah, there. Oh, sorry about that. It's small.
Yeah, Joseph kind of busy worrying about Mr. Baruch at the moment, so he's just not without thinking. Yeah.
I guess that means we're hired. Bryn, come back! And Bryn kind of runs around the corner again from the kitchen. Yes, and she started pulling up pans and she's putting an apron on. Cook them something much nicer than what you expect. They are hiring us after all. Bryn's like,
yeah, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Before we do that, can we talk about how much we are paying you?
I mean, it's a standard 2 silver to hire some workers. I guess 2 silver for each of us for a day. It's all right.
Do I know if that's the the normal rate? Standard rate, 2 silver. So it's going to be 8 silver per day.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And we're going to start tomorrow. Is that okay? Not today. I don't think we can start today.
Oh, okay. All right then. Bryn, come back. We're not starting today. Just
no. I can like I said, we still want to taste your food and your drink for us for this decision.
Wait, so we're not being hired yet?
Friend.
I'm still confused right now.
This is just for tonight, something to eat.
It's
Oisin, let's just tell them help to clean up or something first. You know.
Do you want? Yeah, okay, you can start today, I guess.
Okay, all right, guys, we have something to eat tonight. Yay! And you see Danica kind of shake his head. Bryn also is like starting to heat up the fire as well.
Excuse me, I don't want to be like quite someone who's manipulative or something, taking advantage of you. You guys are not minors, right? And is that racist? But you are not minors, right?
Oh no, we are all of working age.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Yes.
Ocean handling this is like the most wishy-washy boss I've ever. It's like, oh, you're hired, but not today. But can you try something today? But you're officially hired tomorrow. It's like,
are you paying us now? No, but you're gonna work right now. What? But you need to cook something else for us right now. But you don't have to be here the whole day. I'm like, oh.
But we'll pay you the money. But the thing is,
night now.
This is like the most
most fucked up hiring ever.
Cook us a meal, and then after that, we don't really need you around. How about for today, you just go out and spread the word that the tavern is opening?
We could definitely do that. Yeah, yes, yes.
Fuck
We don't mind.
Yeah.
That sounds a
do
good thing.
that.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's a good one,
And
Morel.
immediately after Kelso, Dasher, and Danica like grab a few ales, they pour out some that is in the cask already like prepared for you. They pour 5 and they go. I guess we'll go out and spread the word now. Bryn will be ready soon with the food, but I guess we'll be back tomorrow morning. So thank you, Mr. Owisin, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
that's my name. Don't wear it out.
All right. Thanks, boss. And with that, they start heading out the front door again. All right, you heard him. Spread the word, and they immediately like split up into 3 different areas, like one going up, one going down south, one going down east. And they
I am
disappear.
already like just the way that Ocean handled this. I'm already in doubt with the viability of this tavern already. It's like we're gonna go under within a week.
Before they leave,
yeah, I'm
I
gonna
just
say
yell out
that.
to them. The name is Best Friends Social Club.
All right. Best friends social club it is.
Right now, where's the business of charging the customers and all, and about supplies and logistics and we said,
Yeah, Mr. Baruch, Mr. Baruch, can I leave you here right now? Are you okay with that?
Yeah. I think Baruch is at this point, right? Like he's kind of like I think he started like come together again after hearing like whatever the fuck that Ocean was trying to do.
By
Yeah.
Ocean, obviously.
Yeah, and he's realized like, oh, something just went down, and Baruch doesn't know like if he would approve or not. So he's like, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and he
Mr.
was trying to
Ocean,
process everything that
yeah.
happened in like the last 10-15 minutes. He's like, but it's taking him a while. So it's like, wait, okay. He's like, wait, what? Wait, what? No, what the? What? Oh my god, what? He's like processing it in like double speed, but like 15 minutes behind. So like, but then he goes like, wait, so okay, all right, okay, all right. I was like,
Are you
okay.
are you alright, old man? You're talking to yourself now.
He's like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm. You know what? No, you know what? I'll be honest. I'm not fine. I'm actually not fine.
Yeah,
but
drink. Have a drink, dude. Have a drink.
Yeah. I take the drink. And is what drink is it? Is it the?
It's just plain
different wine.
basic ale. Yeah, it's just basic ale from.
Yeah,
the
it's
cask.
basically just like water to Baruch. Yeah. It's like okay, it's something.
Wait,
Yeah.
DM, do we have things to sell? Do we have?
I know, right? Do we have things to sell? What are we doing? What are we
have
selling?
food.
As you are wondering this, you hear a knock on the tavern door. Hello? Is anybody? Is this business open?
Yeah, I guess
Almost.
go answer the door.
As you step out. Front door is here, by the way, down here.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, I thought it was the last time.
Yes.
Okay. So you see this kind of like puffy-looking halfling commoner. Looks like he has mutton chops and bushy eyebrows as well. Wearing
Mutton
this
chops.
quite nice, like very nice, like linen clothes with this greenish cloak with this reddish opal kind of clasp in the middle as well. And as he kind of walks up towards you, it goes, bows towards you quite formally. Broxley Fairkettle, at your service, Herr. I see here, I heard news from the rest that you are opening up a tavern here, yes?
That's correct.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, absolutely.
Well, I am from the Fellowship of Innkeepers and Tavern Owners. I'm just making sure that see how this place is doing, and of course to offer my well wishes. Welcome to the city of Waterdeep. I've not heard about you and this tavern before. Any of you are members of the guilds?
Not yet, unfortunately. Right?
Well,
we've paid our dues.
Well, I do recommend that perhaps you should join us to avoid further any sort of future harassment. As you know, we have very strict laws in between the guilds itself, and of course, if you've paid your dues already, we can already check with your expenses in future. But he just kind of looks around the tavern and eyes it. I've heard stories that this tavern haunted.
Do you know anything about that? Yeah, we tried to figure it out, but I think if we have
Oh,
to
it is haunted. And he just kind of backs away from the front door. No, I am just here. No. No. Don't worry. I'm just happy. No, you don't have to. Let go of me. She's trying to grab him.
You crash your hold on his shoulder, say, chill out, man. The ghost is not that bad.
I'm sorry. I just have this reaction if people try to grab me. It's the size thing.
Kill. Yeah, Kill. Sorry, don't hold people like that. It's impolite. I'm sorry. That's quite rude. But regarding that, don't you worry about it. Like at this moment, it's fine. It's really is fine. Everything is under control, and you and the girl. There's nothing to worry about.
Make me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Oh god,
19 and net 20.
Wow, damn.
Okay.
Holy shit.
What does that mean?
So what is that? 19? 19?
And 19, yes, so 28.
28. Okay, sure. So he goes, since you put it like that, look, just kind of pulls out a small scrap card and hands it to you, and you see there Broxley Faircastle, Fellowship of Innkeepers at the bottom. He hands it to you. Look, I'm just glad to see that there are living souls in it once more. Perhaps, as long as you comply with the guild rules and regulations, haunted or not, I'm sure you have this tavern up and running.
Mr. Oisin, before we make a decision, can I have a talk with you a bit?
Oh yeah, there is no decision to be made. I am just here to just kind of like survey the area. Just make sure that everything is running up to code, if you know what I mean.
Here, try some wine. They're like push.
Oh no. That isn't what I do. No, that isn't what I do. I am just wondering. Perhaps, are you running a tavern and an inn, or something separate, or just a tavern?
Just a tavern. We're not at the capacity to have an inn yet.
All right then. I guess he takes out a piece of scroll, kind of scribbles down and starts taking notes. Just a tavern, not an inn. There will be changes to certain parts of your guild expenses, if that's the case. And of course, if you were ever to run an inn without telling us, there will be, of course, some charges as well. He starts writing down again.
Our only guest. Our only guess is the ghost.
I hope. He starts taking another step back. I don't do too well with the spirits of the. Well, have a good day, and I hope that you.
It's a haunted house attraction.
As you scream this out, he just looks at you, and his kind of like ghost starts getting pale. Goodbye. And he starts running off.
Come back soon!
And you see him puffly run down the road before it disappears.
Okay, DM.
Yes.
For the guild, there's not only one guild, right? There's gonna be several guild, right?
As you are thinking about this, and you're about to ask the DM, outside, as you see Broxley like kind of run past a bunch of people, you see two people start heading towards your tavern door as well, as the doors are wide open. And I'll say you see this very nicely human male in this merchant's outfit. Looks quite rich, at least from the different accoutrements that are hanging off his robes. They're multicolored, linen and silks all over him. He's holding this nice wooden cane with like gold and brass filigree around it. And he goes, "Oh, that was Broxley, wasn't it? Hello there. You are the owners of this here tavern?"
Yes, we are. Welcome.
And he
welcome to the BFF Social Club.
Bows his head as he kind of steps inwards, and you see trailing behind him is this very young, very good-looking female tiefling. She has this scribe in his hand and a long scroll that she kind of like put down towards her knees. And the moment that she steps inside with her hat, this man just goes, "Jenny, please take down the notes for this meeting. I'm just going to have a quick chat. These new tavern owners. Hamon Craddock, at your service. And he puts his hand out to kind of shake yours, Oisin. Member of the Vintners, Distillers, and Brewers Guild. I've heard you've just purchased a cask of ale from us, I believe, to supply your shop. Is this not correct?
Is it?
Oh my god.
Oh my
Joseph!
And he just points to the ales in the back, like, I believe those are the ones that we mentioned. Yes? Waterdeep ale, a little bit watered down, and we have a couple of spirits on the way as well, but they will only arrive tomorrow. Well, I'm just here just to see what's perhaps available, what you all are perhaps selling here. And don't remind me, he just pulls out a scroll, kind of unravels it in front of you. I usually stop by in the middle of the month to kind of inform tavern owners what new spirits that the guild has to offer. Possibly, give you a list that you might like to sell on your premises, perhaps. Well, I see you've only managed, and he kind of looks at the scroll. Ginny, could you pass that over here, please? And Ginny says, yes, sir. He looks at the scroll and goes, oh, I see you've only purchased a couple of casks of Waterdeep ale and some dwarven spirits, but nothing really that's going to sell out here, at least in Trolls in the North Ward. And I folds it back. How about this? I'll give you a good list of wines and perhaps a little bit of other variances of alcohol that we have available in the Vintners and Distillers Guild. And we can add these to your expenses if you need be, but I do recommend perhaps that you purchase these ones I recommend. And he pulls out the list and he kind of circles a few for you. And you see like Dwarven Brandy. You also see Portobello Port right there. You also see like a couple of other like quite high-end ales and casks that he's kind of given to you. He goes, if you just please sign here, we can deliver this on your very next morning. And we'll keep this delivery up on a week-to-week basis, of course. This will be all part of the guild expenses that you provide in your taxes and that you pay at the end of the month, of course. So there is no need to exchange gold in between hands here. But if you like to, of course, and he kind of holds his hand out, I could make it a little bit easier on you, perhaps? No? I'm just kidding. I kind of see that you are just starting up your business, and since you have already purchased from us, there's really nothing much from me. Folds up the scroll, kind of pulls up his spectacles, and hands them towards Ginny. Alright then, I'm just stopping by to say hi, I believe. Very good to meet you all. And who be the owner of this here establishment?
We all are.
Alright then. Perhaps a leader amongst you all that I can speak to? Or a main owner, perhaps? No?
There's no main. We are all owners. But
You're just gonna hide at the corner. No, not me.
I'm just a person.
Well, how about this? I see you've spoken the most to me. Mr. holds his hand towards you again.
Ocean Fermata. Yeah.
Ocean Fermata.
Ocean Fermata.
Fermata.
Remember that name.
Fermata. That name is quite familiar to me. Are you perhaps the son of what should I call it? Darag Fermata and Nymph, his wife?
Oh, Neef Fermata. Yes, I am. Do you know them?
Oh,
Neef Fermata.
That is a very strange way to pronounce the name. But yes, Nymph.
It's a family name.
Well, your father, I believe, does some accounts for a few of the guilds as well. A member of the Scriveners and the Clerks Guild.
Yes, he is. You know of him?
Well,
you're.
Can't say I've not heard of him. Your father does quite a few things for a few of us. When we find that our accounts are a little bit off at the end of the month, your father does magic in his books. And I've heard only stories about your mother. Apparently, it's beautiful. Lucis from the College of New Orleans.
Yeah, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, as you can see.
I can see that, and it's very good.
I know.
Perhaps started a business in Waterdeep. I can only hope for greater things for the son of the Formatus. Well, very nice to meet you again, Oisin. And I must be heading off to the next door. I believe there are a few taverns I need to hit through today. Ginny, who's next? We have Fruins, Bruises. All right, next door then. And you see him immediately start running off.
Can I just look at Ginny and just like wink at her?
Ginny immediately blushes as you see her wink.
Oh no!
As she turns like her skin is this like grayish color for a tiefling, and she immediately turns this purplish like red. She starts running after. Sir Hammond, I'm on my way, and immediately starts coming.
And you're
Come
always
on, Ginny!
welcome back here. I'm going to be here always.
Ginny immediately just runs around the corner, following Hammond Craddock.
What the hell?
I mean, it couldn't be. We couldn't have a session with Ocean talking before he hits on somebody, right?
It would be cool in hell if he doesn't flirt with me.
If he doesn't hit on someone, we automatically know it's a changeling. Like we have to start interrogating.
We're definitely gonna catch him and then break his toes or something.
As you guys are discussing this, you see the halfling Bryn, the one that was amongst the halflings as well, bring out a nice plate of like sausages and what looks to be like broiled and cut onions. There's some carrots as well at the sides, and she just walks up to the counter, puts it there. This is what you wanted, yes?
Yeah, fuck yeah, bro. Well, good job. And then I take it and give it to Baruch.
Sorry, Oisin, sir. And she just kind of points towards the kitchen. There is someone outside as well. I think they wish to speak to you. She kind of points towards the kitchen doors. And you can see that the doors are open right now. And just looking through, there is this pretty large set man standing outside the doors, with his arms folded, pretty much huffing to himself as he just looks in. You see this like brown hair, a thick heavy set man, massive muscles, each one like the size of boulders. And you think Heel Crush is big? This guy is easily like a third bigger than him. Not roundly, but you can see like muscles, each one the size of like Heel Crush's head itself, and he stands a good like 6'8".
Oh god!
So he just seems to be tapping his foot outside, and Bryn just goes, I think somebody from the butchers sits outside. Something about payment. I'm sorry, I do not know where the gold is. I don't know what to deal with him.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
He's your size. You talk to him.
Oh god, Kilcrush, you see Kilcrush start to like loosen up his collar and say, oh yeah, cause I'm a big bone and all, right? Anybody wanna come with me, for friends purposes?
Kill? I believe in you. You got this, dude. And then, fuck yeah, you are an independent man. You can handle this guy. And then I give him body inspiration.
Okay, yeah, body inspiration, Kilcrush.
Kilcrush walk with slouched shoulders and say, oh god, why now?
Bryn just like kind of whispers around the corner. He's pretty large and scary, and I didn't really dare to talk to him. But I am done with cooking now, so if you need anything else, I guess I'll be off. She just runs out the door.
Bryn, I need to talk to Bryn first.
You can chase her if you
Do
want.
you try to stop her?
No, I'll not chase her. Yeah, but can I see the counter and the kitchen? Is it very tall for a halfling to cook and then to serve?
Everything's like pretty standard size, and you can see like she's put a stool wherever she needed to stand on to kind of grab equipment or utensils or anything from the pantry. And she's pretty much kind of like kept everything quite neat, besides the chopping board, which still kind of has a few things left behind. But you probably think that it wouldn't matter if they came the next morning to kind of deal with it. So Bryn immediately rushes off down the alleyway and disappears.
Okay. Okay. Then that's settled then. Yeah.
Outside, this heavy-set man just looks at you, dead-eyed. This slack-jawed man just kind of walks up to you.
Are you owner?
Kilcrush look around and say, kind of, yes.
And you see on his face, like he has scars on his face, literally like cut down from his eyes all the way down to his chin that comes down to his neck, and it just makes him look like this massive ruffian, like not to be messed with. He just goes.
Nyan cat imagination start to crash.
Immediately walks up to you, lifts up a hand, like almost up to his face, like in a punch almost, and he just kind of like
full body
and just kind of like scratches behind the ear.
Kirk's like, what? Am I dead?
Scratches behind his ear, kind of digs a little bit, like this dirt that kind of like fleck there, and you see as the dirt is like this reddish color. You think it's blood as he kind of flicks it away.
I'm Justin Rusk from the Guild of Butchers.
Oh yeah, I'm Kill Crush by the way. Nice to meet you. I hold a hand.
He looks at it and just goes up to you.
I don't fucking shake nobody's hands.
Okay. Back my head slowly.
He just kind of holds out one hand and you see like it's bloody, like all the way, like the fingernails, everything is just blood, like blood all over his hands, all the way down to his apron. Just goes.
The hand's too dirty for that.
Okay.
Sorry.
You sure you don't want to get your ear look? I mean, there's a lot of blood.
This not my blood.
Just eyes you.
I start feel faint.
Goes.
Then he just steps to the side and just goes.
Like, Kill Crush is talking. Like, I'm imagining like Kevin James just talking to like a Russian mobster.
You can
And, like-
see he's shaking. His knee
Yeah.
shaking.
He just points to a cart on the outside of the back alleyway, and you see like this cartload of chopped meat, a bunch of things inside crates as well. It goes.
I'm supposed to deliver the meats here. About a month's time. This is your first delivery from the Guild of Butchers.
Okay. How much I have to pay? I mean, sir. Justin, sir.
He kind of eyes you a bit and looks you up and down. 3 gold pieces.
Sorry, how many?
3 dragons. Up front.
Okay, here right away.
Immediately he pockets it, and just takes it, smiles to himself, and just chuckles.
Oh
Fool.
god, that smile.
Just puts the money into his like dirty apron, and you can see like sloshed in the blood and organs of whatever like inside his pockets, and he just goes.
I'm not taking that shit in for you. You handle that yourself. But you make sure.
He kind of points at your chest, and pokes it hard like.
I want to see you every month here with my money.
God.
You hear that?
Okay.
Oh my
okay.
god.
I'm scared. I am shook.
I mean, there's an old grandma among us. I mean, she's scarred.
He grabs you by the collar and just kind of pulls you in.
Stop your jibber jabbering. I don't speak that much common tongue.
Yes, sir.
You make sure you have your dragons for me every time I'm here. If not,
He just lets you go and starts walking down the street. And behind on
Before
the
that,
behind on the breath,
Can
you
I just
hear.
hold that?
Hold on. Behind on the breath, you hear him kind of like turn towards the cart and look towards you. And just goes.
if I don't see them dragons next time as much as this, next time the meat will be someone you know.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
Oh my
I start to roll in his head.
Okay, Oisin, what do you want to do?
Oh, I just want to wink at him.
Oh,
If I
he doesn't even see the wink. He is focused right now on Kill Crush right now in front of the door. As he's taken his money and then he starts to depart. Immediately disappears around the corner.
King Crush will slouch and start to carry the meat out while crying.
Oh my god.
Where's the freezer?
I kind of like I kind of like scarf down the meal and it's like, man, he's really good. And when I see Kill Crush like bring it in and he's like fucking like his knees have turned to jelly. I'm like, oh god, what? It's like I kind of start to laugh, but I was like, okay, something's going on here.
You
And I'm
can
like,
even see snot start to come out.
oh,
He has the full fucking kid crying face, you know? Someone has been bullied.
Okay.
How's it going, Kill?
Fine. Just fine.
I hope you don't give him any money because I think we already paid for the whole thing.
Oh god. Kiko's like, no, I mean,
You have to pay him every month. You're out of your own pockets.
everything's fine. Everything's paid right. Nothing wrong
Oh
here.
yeah, cool. So you can talk to him like the next time he comes in, right? So that's cool.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I kind of feel sick right now.
He seems like a nice guy, really touchy feely.
Yeah, you can talk to him. I thought you said everything's fine, so you can talk to him the next time he comes. I think he's from the Butcher guild. So yeah, dude.
Yeah, I think I must talk to him more. You know, I don't feel good. My nose is running and my eyes can't see. I was blurry. And
Unfortunately,
Oh, God.
Crush, he will remember
oh my
you
god,
because you are the person he
dude,
spoke to.
There's vomit on your sweater already. Is that spaghetti? Dude, is that spaghetti?
No, it's sauce.
Is nobody gonna pick up on my reference here? Okay.
Okay.
Seriously, no one on my
Needs a
reference?
Nope.
Needs a week bomb spaghetti.
Yes! Come on! I was like serving it up
I
for you
did say
guys,
mob
and my
spaghetti.
god.
I did say mob spaghetti. What the hell?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
So, as you guys head back into the tavern, is there anything else you like to do today?
We want to talk to him. We can't. We
Because we'll
tried.
go in his room and cry.
Do you look for cake and like buy the cake?
Oh, I'll say as you
Cry on it, shell.
go upstairs to look for cake, you don't find cake within the manor. Also, give you guys a little book of the entire manor now. So here you go.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh shit, it looks so nice.
Yep.
Oh,
The rooms
cool.
have been completely filled up as well. There's even a small little library area there for research and things that you might want to use for. The dining area up here has been very nicely made with a fireplace that kind of is on two sides as well. So everything that's up here, if you guys want to place yourselves in bits, totally up to you. It's fine. You can choose which rooms you want. The cellar has not been turned to a sex dungeon, unfortunately. That
Oh my god.
Not
when
yet.
you propose those plans to, I'll say when you try to propose those plans to the Carpenters Guild, they were like,
What's a sex dungeon? I just know.
and they're too old for that. It's too new school for them. So they just kind of placed the barrels and pantries and stuff that is within the cellar. Everything that's kind of kept here because it's quite cool right here. Anything that you kind of keep inside here can be considered you storing it in a fridge, kind of fridge temperature almost. This slight -1 degrees below. It is quite cold down
the
here.
storage.
Yeah, it is quite cold down here, and it's not because of magical means. It's just that there is enough shade, and surprisingly, just the area, the way that it's built, like temperatures are kept quite cool down here in the cellar. So I'm not sure whether you want to have a sex dungeon inside the freezer, but it's totally up to you.
They'll be very niche.
There's air conditioning, I guess.
No, we'll heat it up with our own body heat.
Oh my fucking god.
that would make-
Oh my god.
Okay. I think you guys will skip the meat here. I guess it makes sense. It's cold. And there's a lot of meat
Oh, yeah.
inside. I guess that counts.
Yeah.
a
You
place where
put
you
all
store
the
meat.
butchers meat down there as well. Anything that's been dried or aged has been put down there as well.
I
Also,
guess probably.
yeah, since you are bestest friends with Keg, you are sharing rooms with him, right? Correct? Yes.
Yes, I'm gonna cry. If he's there, I'm gonna probably snot on him like.
You head to his rooms
all
and you
the-
see
all
that
the
his
snot and everything.
his clothes and everything are like his belongings are still there, but he's no longer there. As, seems to have stepped out or has not returned at least.
Okay. Well, because I guess gonna put the two bed together and gonna take both. With what?
Okay. I mean,
What happened to the door that you removed? Like they installed it again?
I guess so.
yeah, they reinstalled everything as well. So you have a balcony, all still available to you. But yeah, Yeah, everything's
doors
brand
re-
new.
Everything's brand new.
You,
Alright,
you
nice.
also like there's enough heat like on the side of the wall coming from the fireplace that you actually keep quite warm inside these rooms as well. And most of them are very well furbished. There's even like side lavatories and toilets around the entire area, all plumbing, all included as well. It took like a full 2.5 weeks for them to complete building up everything, at least the way that you designed it. And so far, it looks pretty alright. Tavern and everything looks good downstairs. Rooms all good for upstairs. There's since you guys mentioned that it was just be a tavern, there is no like room to save for an inn. But technically, if you want to use your rooms for an inn, it's totally up to you as well.
With that,
I'll
we-
go to this
like-
room and then unload my peppers and everything here.
Sure. This is like your study area, and you can see like all the shelves. There are no books in them at all. Nothing is completely barren. So it's basically your workspace if you want it to be.
can I sleep here? And then can I have like just a bed in this?
It is a cellar. This would be the attic. So like leftover like furnishings and whatever like stuff that they couldn't be used, they kind of placed up here. That you do see some coils of ropes and some supplies as well. But if you want to turn it into a bedroom, I guess at best you could like there's a lot of clutter here with the leftover stuff. So you could either just throw it away, or I guess you could try to put a bed inside here. But yeah, you would have to purchase a bed and put one there, I guess.
Oh, sorry. And then question about the tavern thing. If we want to start a tavern, is that like additional cost, or you just?
Oh, you have already paid the additional costs, but you can pay more. I'll just let you know. So, if you wish to start the tavern, there are regular expenses on a 10-day basis. In 1 month, there would be roughly about 4 10 days. Yeah.
So I'm gonna in the Discord there's the schematics and everything.
Oh,
that
sorry,
I
what am I
do.
doing? It's 2 10 days. It's 2 10 days. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, sorry, 5, 10, 15, 20. It's 3 10 days per month. Yeah.
Which
Okay.
makes sense.
What is that?
Let me double check. Let me just double check. I think my timing might have been different from this. 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, they are 30 days. Yep, correct. So there are 3 10 days in a month. Technically 6 work weeks to a month. Yeah. And let me just double check here. Okay, so the regular expenses for every 2 weeks or two work weeks or 1 10 day is basically about 60 gold pieces. This will be deducted from the accounts. If you have no accountants, then things will be starting to get like how do you say, mortgaged or sold from your belongings or whatever furniture that you have to make up for the expenses. Other than that, you can actually try to promote your business as well. And perhaps spend some money on promotion, maybe make some flyers and put out the word, giving some coin here and there to like get some halflings to spread the word for you, since you technically did that today. But the maximum, oh no, there's no maximum. You can spend as much as you want for every 10 days. But for each 10 gold pieces spent, the profit multiplier will increase lah. So there will be profits at the end of each 10 days, each 2 weeks lah. And if you spend a bit of downtime, perhaps you would like to work in a tavern, you perhaps want to pour some ales or talk to the customers, or perhaps basically like help to run the business, so to speak. There will be some skill checks, and it might assist to each 10 day what the role may be and what kind of profits you may be getting at the end of the month. End of 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. So profits are calculated at the end of 2 weeks. Easier.
Sorry, how much was it to run the cost again?
60 gold pieces per 2 weeks.
Per week.
Per
Per
10
week.
days. lah. Yeah, 10 days.
10 days,
Two work weeks lah.
Okay.
And you can spend promotion as much as you want for each 10 days as well. It will be over the cost of 10 days lah. So minimum, there is no minimum, but for every, there is no maximum actually. There is, for every 10 gold pieces they spend, the profit multiplier will increase lah for the profits at the end of the month.
What if I try to?
And also, if you want to promote and do things for the tavern, like I said, if you wish to work for the tavern, so to speak, you help to run the business, then there'll be some skill checks, hopefully, for each 5 days of downtime spent to help out the tavern. You work 1 day here, don't expect it's going to make things spectacular in 1 day. It will definitely require at least a week work of downtime.
Sorry, Oisin, you were saying?
I was going to say, what if I try and then ask my mom to promote it?
You are going to ask your mom to do it for free?
Kinda.
We will have that conversation once you get to it, I guess.
Oh no.
Oh.
I get a feeling that this is definitely not gonna be free.
That's if you think he doesn't want to do it, do you think his mom will do it for him?
I know, right? I get a feeling that his mom is even worse, Oisin.
We'll see once we get to that part. But okay, besides that, as you guys kind of explore Troll Skull Tavern and going up and down, it is about this time as you guys are kind of like going up and about. Baruch, you're sitting by the window, and Kill Crush is in there. Morel, I guess, would be downstairs. Who's upstairs checking rooms? I guess Joseph and Kill will be upstairs, for now.
Yeah, Kill Crush is curled in his room.
So I'll say Oisin and Morel, you guys are downstairs. Baruch.
Yeah.
You notice the gaggle of dwarves walking towards the side entrance right now. And one of them catches your eye as he reminds you of that young dwarf upstarter that came to your shrine that day. He has that same look about him. In fact, this is what they look like. His short, slick blonde hair, kind of like this nice like cut at the side, braided beard as well. All very fashionable for this young dwarven male. He's even got like piercings in his ears, and on his clothes itself, you can see there are like spikes on them. It makes him look like very rugged, but in fact, it probably gives him no advantages to his armor, besides just making him look like having like quite fashionable clothing. And he steps into the tavern. As the doors are wide open, nobody's closed them.
Oh God.
This here tavern open?
I'm sorry, we're not open yet. We don't have.
He kind of puts his hand up.
I'm not speaking to you.
Just kind of brushes past you, Oisin. Just knocks you like in the chest.
Oh,
make me an athletics check, please.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Yeah, make me an athletics check.
8 plus 3, 11.
11. Okay, give me 1 second.
Can I help him by like?
Oh no, too late. With a 12, he's quite small, like at least about half the size of you, but he is stocky as hell. As he just smacks into you, you just feel the full weight of a dwarven body just smack hard into the side of you, and you feel your ribs kind of bruise. And he's like,
get out of my way.
And just stands right next to you, Baruch. The dwarves that are accompanying him, you see this like 2 male dwarves and 1 like female, all roughly around the same ages, about like possibly like in their, it looks like they're in like 30s, 40s kind of look, except for this one male upstart, definitely younger than the rest. Just goes,
Baruch. It's good to see you. See, perhaps you're not running your little shrine anymore? Huh? Oh, excuse my manners.
Is he the same
away
guy
from you,
from last time?
Yes. Turns away from you as he just kind of addresses you, Baruch. Looks at you, Oisin, as you are on the floor, kind of like picks you up.
Oh, sorry there, you little boy.
Just grabs you by the back of your clothing, just kind of pulls you upwards.
Oh my
Ah,
god.
Femrel deep belt. Sorry about that. I can get a little rough when I don't know who I'm dealing with. Well,
Don't worry, I like it rough. Ocean Permata, how's it going?
I like this one.
It just kind of grabs you a bit closer, Oisin, just kind of like almost squeezes you tight, like tight enough for you to like almost not breathe. As you feel your bones kind of crack, he goes,
you're a spindly one. Gonna break you under my belt. Well,
I like to see you try.
kind of lets go of you. Well, I'm not here to speak to you. I'm here to speak to your patron over there. See, Baruch over here.
And starts walking to the counter, and he sees your ales kind of poured out, nobody's taking them yet. Just grabs one for free, just kind of starts drinking.
Think himself and his father to be forge masters. Well, I think otherwise. Have you been to...
And he starts speaking to the female dwarf like this side.
Have you been to the smokehouse shrine?
And lady just goes,
Oh my god.
"Oh yes, oh it was quite decrepit. Oh, this not kind of place
God.
that you want to make any sort of wares. I mean, doors wide open, chickens running about.
Oh, shit.
Looks like, it's pretty decrepit. You ask me, like nobody's really taking care of it."
Aye, that's right. Smoke finger, you hear that?
And Baruch, he kind of looks towards you. Baruch, you there?
Yeah,
Hey.
I'm here.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
here.
Mhm.
I don't know. Baruch he's in a dark spot right now. He's just staring at Farnir right now.
Well,
But he doesn't say anything.
this what happens when you leave your workshop in disrepair. No.
And I can see here, you're planning to start a tavern, is this not? He kind of sloshes his ale as he walks about here in front of you and in front of you as well, Baruch.
This ale tastes like piss water.
Just slams it down in front of you, Baruch.
You got nothing better to
Oh
serve.
my god. Why did I go upstairs?
Yeah, you guys don't hear
The
this.
one is you to drink it.
Yeah.
You're right.
Sorry, Farnir was it?
Yeah.
So, Baruch, is this your friend, Mr. Farnir over here?
Just looks at Baruch.
I wouldn't say friends. Perhaps
What do you think?
acquaintances.
Kind of pats Baruch on the back.
I feel like I bat his hand away.
Ooh, testy. The old man still got some bite in his bark. Well, see here, Oisin, or whoever you said you were. I'm from the guild of the most careful order of skilled smiths and metal forgers. You could say I am an agent of their doings. I'm just going about the city, checking all the smiths and these forgers, hoping that perhaps there be some...
Looks towards Baruch.
acquiesce to the rules that were set by the guild, but hard to say that I see any of it here. First, your friend Baruch over there, this old coot, tried to start some business with the order.
I
And
stand up and I go up to him. It's perfect.
needless to say, as he kind of just like turns around towards you, Oisin, and you see one and two of the dwarves immediately just kind of step in front of you as they kind of surround you. And Farnir just kind of keeps standing there, doesn't even look towards you, Baruch, as he speaks to Oisin.
This one over here thought himself to be some sort of master.
And they all start laughing.
Shit.
Thinks himself better than the guild.
If the
Forces.
careful order is going to be left in your hands, it's going to die within the year.
Well, it unfortunately is not left in my hands. I am just a member. Just a small part of the cogs that grind in the city of Waterdeep. But you, Baruch, what is this that I am seeing? First, a fucking shrine. Now, goddamn tavern. You. What you do is blasphemous to the guild.
Is he doing something wrong? Is he breaking any law right now, Mr.
Tell me,
Fe-
what am I
Mr.
doing wrong here,
Farnir?
Farnir? Tell me. Tell me what I'm doing here. Tell me, is there something wrong I'm doing here?
You tell me. First, a washed up smith. Next, a drunken priest of some sort. And now, God knows what the fuck you are.
Just walks up to you, Oisin.
If I were you, I'd be watching out who I call friends. This old coot here is not gonna do you any good. Less for this fucked up tavern of yours.
And he just takes the ale that he's drinking, just slams it to the ground.
This be piss water. Bring me another.
Oh my
And-
god.
You can see like the female go up to the counter and grab another ale.
That's not. If you're going to take more, you have to pay for it. We're not open yet, but right now you're breaking and entering. I have on my right to call someone for this. So I suggest.
You speak a lot, human. For someone who knows very little about the code legal. Your business is not open, you just mentioned. Therefore, this be a housewarming session. And I take
this
your
would be-
housewarming session and your ales for free.
And he just takes it up from the hand of the female dwarf. As she hands it to him, however, you suddenly see the entire ale just fly and smack it in his face. Just smacks right in his face.
Ooh, even the ghost is angry. Ooh.
And you see the ale just slosh his entire body. As he covers his face, he's like,
Hilda, what the fuck was that? I didn't do that. That wasn't my... Get me another before I fucking pull my belts out.
and he like goes to his hand, goes to his belt, and you can see like around his belt there are what seems to be pickaxes and smaller like axes and hammers around his belt beneath his waistcoat. And as she goes and reaches for another, you see the ales on the table one by one as she's reaching for them just get smacked off the table.
Hey, what are you doing? That it wasn't me. I didn't. It's some sort of trickery.
Just points towards Oisin.
This one's casting some trickery magic.
If you want to see my hand, I'm holding my hand up. You can check.
And this
Let's
goes,
just say that.
I don't trust these. Look.
Well,
I'm-
you can stay here and find out more, but I gotta tell you, there is a spirit in this tavern. I don't think it likes you.
Fucking spirits. Don't believe in them.
And you see as he kind of walks to the side, he kind of slips on the bit of ale that is on the ground.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And you see one of the men just kind of grab him.
Whoa. Sorry there, boss. I'm alright, let go of me, fucking.
I think you
And
better go.
And he starts to get a little bit disgruntled as he looks around.
You got the haunted tavern? What the fuck is wrong with...
And you see his ears are starting to get pulled aside.
Go leave.
What's going on? Who's doing this to me?
And you all hear a laughter kind of like comes out from the ground and kind of reverberates into the entire tavern. Just
What the fuck is that? Man, this tavern, there's something wrong with this tavern. You won't be getting any of our business. And you watch yourself there, you old coot.
just points towards Baruch.
I flip him off.
Well, fuck here too.
And immediately he and his men start running off. As they get out the door, immediately the door slams behind them.
You'll be hearing from us and from the guild. You know, diggers.
And immediately, like, they start rushing off away from it.
Get away! Is this place be haunted?
Yeah, I kind of like look at the window as they like depart onto the main street, and I look back at everyone, and
Roll
there's
a
kind of
stat,
like
dude.
there's like a moment where Baruch doesn't know what to say, and I guess like you can actually start to see like tears pool in his eyes, and like he
no.
like his face doesn't change, but like it's just like the corner of his eyes just start to like, pool, and it's just drip, 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 drip.
Do you think I should hug him, Morel? Do you need a hug, Baruch?
He just nods.
Don't worry about it. There's nothing in my pocket. It's just coins.
And I just whisper to you, just shut up. Just shut up. And yeah, I just kind of like hold on to you at like in a hug, and it's just.
I don't know what happened, but we just make sure that those guys don't come back again. And I think we have our friend Liv here to thank. So right now you'll be okay. You're saying that you're not breaking any laws, and you'll be fine. Just jealous bitches.
They'll be back, but
did you break any law? Is that something that we should be worried about?
You know about the part where I said I pissed the wrong people off?
Oh, I thought that was on just your kink. Is it not?
Oh god, what the fuck?
I'm going to choose to ignore that remark.
I wasn't going to kink shame, but what was it?
When you anger the wrong people and they have a lot of power, they can reinterpret the code legal so that you suffer.
But we know a lot of people in power. I mean, you've got the Harpers, you've got Vajra. Surely they can help us.
It's all gray area, Morel. It's all gray area. Nothing I did was illegal. Nothing they're doing is illegal. This is strictly a civil matter. This is a civil thing, but
how about we hire Vincent Trench to look into this guy, get some dirt on him, and then we get him arrested.
And I kind of like start to. I'm just thinking like, okay, we all this stuff about like all the guild folks who are coming in, and like now we want to hire Vincent Trench. There's the hirelings we gotta pay costs. I'm like, okay, like at least we gotta have some income, right? Because I reckon Vincent's not cheap.
I got the money. Just say the word.
No, I'm not gonna ask you to do that. That's the thing. It's that I live in a gray area with these guys, and if I do decide to do anything, it's gonna like cross into a more black and white, and it's honestly gonna be bad. On whoever crosses that line, it's gonna be bad. Like what they did here, and I just gestured to the mess that they've made. This is. No one can kind of come say and like they did anything wrong here. This is all gray area.
No, it's wrong. We know it's wrong. We're not going to let it happen again. So we'll just make sure that those assholes are not going to step foot into our tavern again. Then it should be okay, right? Don't worry about it. You're here now. You're a part of a BFF club, and I guess we just stick to it. Yeah, whatever.
You gotta work on branding, man. You gotta work on branding.
I know. It's my first.
And I kind of look into like Ocean. What do you actually know about running a business?
No one does. We gotta start somewhere. I don't know anything about business. What are you talking about? We're doing this because we have the thing, and we just have to figure it out. Everything will turn out fine. Don't worry about it, dude.
Oh my god, that's a whole bunch of nothing.
Like the moment he says that, and then the moment like he remembers that conversation with Morel, and then like it kind of like dawns on him. It's like, oh god. Like,
finally.
We're like, if I don't do something right now, this whole thing is fucked. And that is like the moment. Yeah, that's the moment. Actually, Baruch kind of like shapes up, and he's like, okay, all right. Let's start and figure out what the fuck we can do here.
Let's start with you, Baru. I think this might be like probably you have to clean this up. I think. Is that okay? You'll be fine.
Fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
But now, so I think, if I may, live.
There is no response.
But the thing is, like, I recognize that, like, that whole interaction that kind of drove off Varnir earlier was definitely not anybody I can see right now, nor was it any of, like, his co-conspirators.
Mhm.
And I do kind of, like, whisper under my breath, "Thanks, Liv." But I kind of go back. It's like, okay, all right, and you know, I do kind of like go to the back and like, okay, get like some cleaning implements to like get
You
to
get a
clean
mop.
up.
You get
Yeah,
a broom
I
and start
yeah,
cleaning the
and
place.
yeah, but then I'm like, okay, so the thing is, it's like to run a business, we need to like at least know what we're gonna do to make money, right? It's like, so we've decided on a tavern. This is what we're gonna do, right? And yeah,
So I'm just gonna yell for Joseph and Kill to come down here for the meeting.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you wake up, Kill. Kill is like, yes.
Get down here!
What is it? Is he still there?
meeting.
Just get down here!
He's not
It's
there, right?
the meeting. Come on.
Okay, so you
Okay.
guys head
Okay,
down.
Crash will hide behind Joseph.
What are you so scared about?
Nothing. I got my nose stuffed, that's all.
Okay, so I kind of get everyone in like the group huddle, and it's like a like group meeting, and you know after I clean up the place, and we're in a group meeting, and it's like, okay, so
What happened? What happened? What happened down here?
Is that ale on the ground or something?
No, I cleaned it up. I
okay.
cleaned it up.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
I
it's
can see that
the
I
floor
can
is
see
wet.
the-
The floor is
Yeah.
wet, and it's like, look, we just had a minor incident here. You don't have to worry about it. They're gone.
Who's gone?
Don't worry about it.
I think
Don't
it's
worry.
supposed to be like those people from the guild of something. I think those were those like that hot dwarf was talking about.
Build of the most careful order of skilled
Guildsmiths
smiths and metal,
Metal
forgers.
forgers.
It was this tiny man, no taller than me, just acting like he was as big as Kill Crush. But it's fine, Liv took care of it.
Yeah, yeah, it's like, well, yeah, thanks, Liv. And so then I start to like have that meeting of like, okay, if we're gonna like be living here and you know trying to like make this place like sustainable from like a money standpoint, then I think we need to like Baruch is kind of like drawing up experiences of like how did his father run the smokehouse, and like, okay, he sold things, right? But then there's also an aspect of like marketing, there's also an aspect of
Okay,
like good customer
so-
service and things like that.
I'll say this: we will use downtime to kind of figure out your first like weeks of business. So next week, unless Kik comes back or something like that, yeah, probably even if he does come back, we'll do something with him. But next week onwards, there will be 2 weeks worth of downtime, so to speak, 110 days. So you kind of see how much you will earn, hopefully after the end of the 10 days. But during then, you guys technically also have downtime. 2 weeks worth of downtime. If you wish to do other things, you can totally do that. If you wish to help and aid down the business, that will definitely take your downtime days as well. And things will happen, obviously, as you start your business off in Waterdeep, in this close to midsummer. But I'll let you guys discuss a little bit more before we close the session. Probably going to end in about around close to 12:30. Just give me about 5 minutes. I really need to go pee because I haven't had a break in a while. We haven't had a break
I was
yet.
gonna say like,
Yeah.
I was gonna say like, can we take a break?
Yeah, I will take a break first, like maybe a 5-10 minute break. I really need to pee first of all. But yeah, if you wish to use this time to discuss, I'll leave the chat on. You guys will still be chatting in stream if you want to, but I'll be right back. So we'll take a break first. Yeah, go ahead. Take a break first if you want to come back and go talk also.
I want to do like the Sky advertisement with Sky, right?
Okay, every day.
Nice. Is that legal? I don't
How
think
much?
it's legal.
Yeah, it's legal. How
Yeah.
much does it cost
I think-
anything to cast a spell?
There's a spell slot, second level spell slot.
How long does it last for?
1 hour.
Okay, so 1 hour every day you can have that advertisement up. If it doesn't cost you any other components, I'll just add it to the expenses costs and say like, yeah, since it's not we're not too worried about like spells and all that stuff during downtime, it should be fine.
I think it's okay because it's not like we're not casting it on a person.
Yeah.
It's,
It's totally fine. I'm gonna go pee first. Be right back.
yeah, go.
Okay, go. I
Okay, guys,
think
I'll
Kill
be
Crush
right
is
back.
gonna learn prestidigitation and gonna do some promotion at the front door or something.
Are you gonna be the spinning sign guy?
I'm gonna be the spinning sign guy.
We need to make a signboard. Who's handy?
Because I think I'm
Guys,
just trying to talk to people
Yeah.
that he
Yeah,
knows.
yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
I can use one magical tinkering and put it outside. I can put it static visual effect, including up to 25 words of text.
Nice.
Ooh.
Billboard. We got a billboard.
Then Morel won't have to waste her spell slot. But if she wants to, then can.
No, it's fine.
No, actually, we can have
you guys
both. We can
do
have both.
Yeah,
We can do
because
both.
It's
We can do
just
both.
yeah.
You're the mascot. Well, that's the thing. Is like technically, best friends is Kill Crush's slogan.
He's gonna
Yeah.
be the Ronald.
It's your slogan. It's
You
like
and the kid should go and like be the mascots.
She's gonna be the Colonel Sanders.
like it's like it's like if we're gonna be like a Chuck E. Cheese, you're gonna be Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
No, you will be the mouse mascot. You know what I mean? Oh God. Okay.
I'm gonna take prestidigitation for this. Like make maybe something to attract.
Yeah.
I
You're gonna
don't
need a
know.
costume, dude. You're gonna need like a costume or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear some kind of a costume. I guess silly costume with silly head.
Yeah. Like I'll just say something, just like out of like the game. Like we're playing D&D to kind of like escape from real life, and what the fuck are we doing running a business?
I know, right?
I don't run a business in real life.
I need to
Yeah,
run a business, but I
this
guess
is
this
the
is
time
a
to do it.
escape.
I would never run a business in real life. So
Oh my
this is
It's
I
like-
never get
Like
bankrupt.
I don't know, like now I feel like, oh God, Friday nights now we gotta do calculations and like it's like, are we getting good return on investment?
Like, are we? What did Adi say about accounting? Are we supposed to get an
Like
accountant?
there's like a thing where like we can roll like a check to see how well we did on business, and like it ranges from like, oh, we did pretty well, like really good and we got like profits, to like really bad and we like lost money.
Okay, so we don't have to like hire an accountant or something, right?
Well, that's the thing. It's like as long as we keep tab on like what are like our running expenses, like the butcher shop guy and the hirelings and the guy who gives us the drinks. As long as we keep track of that, that kind of like takes away. Is it per month or per work week? I don't remember. I know the
2 weeks,
fortnight.
which is 10 days.
Okay. Oh, is it per 10 day? Because it's 2 work weeks per 10 day.
Yeah, per two work weeks, which is 10 days. Yeah.
Okay, so their amount is per 10 day. So then it's like, yeah, that's kind of like the thing that we kind of have to roll, that we kind of have to like keep track of.
I can use my rich privilege to get my dad, like, because I think I put my dad as being an accountant.
Wait,
so-
what? Your 1% thing.
Yeah.
Okay, but then it's like, we're in the middle of like, where the fuck are we? We're in like the middle of like not the field ward. What ward are we in? Not what ward we're in, but
The thing, I think it's called ward something. Is it death ward? No.
That's really helpful, Farid.
You're welcome.
so fucking. It's so fucking, yeah, whatever. Hold on.
Something
Let me.
ward.
Yeah. It's a something ward. Let me see. We are in the motherfucking this one, right? It's the shit. North Ward. We're in the North Ward. Yeah, we're in the North Ward. Okay, but like that's the thing. It's like, do they want to see kind of like middle class fare? Your 1%
Yeah.
friend.
That's the point. We're trying
There's
to
no
get
there's
all
no
people
sex
from
dungeon here
different.
though.
We're trying to get people from different classes together.
Right.
Socialism.
That is your aim. It's like you want an intermingling of classes, not true socialism. It's whatever you believe socialism
It's
to
kind of
be.
like you can fuck anyone. Like you should be able to fuck anyone. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I feel pretty fucked today.
But you do that. I think it's fine. I think it can work as well. The tavern, right?
Yeah, I think it'll work. Let's see how it works, and if there's anything like wrong, then that means we're gonna have to like go into CO mode. We're gonna have to be like, okay, we need to talk with our shareholders and like,
It's
God,
it's just merch.
Mert. How much do we owe him? 25%?
No, 20%.
20%. Okay. That's the thing. Is like now we have to like be wary of that. Like whatever profits we make, you got to give him a 20% cut.
At the end of the year, it's not yet. So
I guess the thing is like if we finish the campaign before the end of the year, we don't have to pay him.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yes, exactly. All right. But
we are going to. That's the thing. We're going to use like Portobello port for wine, and then we can have like exclusive with Mr. Portobello for his wine.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask for extra fungus wine, so it becomes a bit more musky and earthy,
Or maybe more. Can you do something a bit more, less wine and more, magic mushroom type thing?
I don't know. I have to ask.
Are you like gonna like distribute like narcotics here?
Yeah, man, it sounds like
Can we not?
illegal.
Well, the thing is, what does the code legal say? What does the code legal say? Because the code legal is the rule of Waterdeep.
Crimes. Yeah, there's nothing about crimes against graffiti. Nothing about it. So
there's no
like weapon, espionage. Yeah, nothing about it.
I guess that's the thing. It's like then there's technically no definition of narcotic.
Yeah.
There is no.
Because we can sell hallucinogenic mushroom.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's a special mushroom that'll make you trip out. That's the thing.
I guess Moray is gonna grow the mushroom. I'm gonna turn a blind eye and basically write a false report.
It's legal. That's fine. And then we can grow it under into the cellar.
Where the meat is. I think that's a bad idea.
It brings a little bit of spice.
not animal spice, because it'll be spoiled meat.
Mushroom has to grow in cold temperature, I think, right?
Yeah,
they
most of the time.
They grow in dank places
without sunlight.
Lots of moisture.
Lots of moisture.
Yeah, but man,
you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bro.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Where have I heard that before?
Oh, is it night already? Because also another thing, we don't know what to do with Liv. Like, is Liv a good Casper, like a friendly ghost now?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what, another point of questions. Can you talk? Can you try and then communicate with Liv?
Me?
I can try to. Yeah, because you're a cleric.
I tried last time, and I don't know what will give me an indication that it'll work this time. But I think the thing is, like, what I interpret it is that, like, Liv could kind of read the room, and he saw, like, me, like, in distress, and decided, like, to intervene on my behalf. In his own way.
We can try and communicate with Liv.
I don't know, like, maybe this incident, maybe I'll be able to, like, communicate in some way with Liv.
Yeah, or kill. Maybe you can get some of your blood, and then we can write on a paper.
You and your blood, like what is it with you and blood? It's almost like the exact thing with Cody. It's like the Cody thing.
That's the only way that I can think of to communicate with fucking Liv. So we have the blood and a paper, and then we can just write it on the paper. And then if we see anything written down tomorrow, next day, then it's Liv. Fuck yeah, bruh.
I mean, okay.
Are you alright with that, Kill?
Oh, we have a chef.
Sorry, what was that again? Sorry, I was distracted.
I was going to say that, so we can use your blood to communicate with Liv. Right, Kill?
Blood and chicken. Hold on, let me think. Gear Crush looks at you with blank stare and say, No more blood, no more meat.
Come on, dude. Now you can do. This is for the better, the greater good for Liv and for this tavern. Can I roll persuasion check?
I don't know.
I don't know. You can ask the DM, but Gear
Guess
Crush.
up to you. Hey, Zenkex here. You can join in, man.
Hey, let me.
I
see.
mean, we're about to go off.
Soon.
We're about to go off.
Yeah, but you can join in definitely if you want.
Yeah.
Just to
sorry,
listen in.
did we buy?
Oh, he's driving.
Oh,
He's driving.
lol.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
shouldn't. Yeah.
Never mind then.
Did we order the alcohol already? Sorry, I zoned out a bit during that.
Oh yeah,
I think we should probably
He-
get it worked out.
Hammond ordered it for you. He basically circled the things that you think he thought you should need, and he just sign here. And you Oisin basically just signed.
Did I? I didn't
Yeah,
sign anything.
Oh dear.
You were too busy looking at the pretty tiefling running away as you kind of held the scroll and signed your
Oh
name.
boy, the little.
You didn't really sign your name. You just put best friends, so it's kind of like the tavern's name. It's already signatured. You'll be getting your order the next time.
So basically, the tavern is set up already. Everything is set up. We have everything that we need to just basically start the tavern, and it's just a matter of how much we're getting, how much profit that we're getting, and then how much of the advertisement that we got out.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, I think it should be fine.
So with that, let us get back into the game with them. All right, as you guys start up your meeting, evening starts to draw in closer, and the streets get a little bit quieter. You definitely see that some of the people that have set up the stalls outside have kind of closed down their stalls as well. And most of the taverns and other businesses that are running for the evening have started opening up as well, including Froon's Brew next door. But what catches your eye as you kind of stare out the window is you see these people.
Which people?
Start heading towards your door. And what really catches your attention, you actually see, firstly, Vincent Trench. He is walking down the alleyway towards the door. And next to him, there is this dwarven woman, reddish hair, almost, she looks like she's trying to smile, but looks like there's a scowl on her face as Vincent Trench is talking to her. And she just seems to point to this tavern. And Vincent Trench just seems to nod, and they start heading towards the front door. But what really, really catches your attention is right behind that woman, or right behind the both of them, in fact, there is this large automaton, completely made out of looks like iron or steel, a helmet as well, kind of all floating in place around this what seems to be a metal set body. And within the helmet, you cannot see any eyes, you cannot see a face itself. It definitely seems to be some sort of conjured construct. And as they approach, the woman, the dwarf kind of just points to the side of the tavern, just goes,
Wait for me there.
and it stops to the side, kind of powers down, as you see the hands kind of close in towards itself, and it goes down to its knees as it kind of holds itself in this squatting position, and it's just waiting outside. And then you hear the knock.
Oh, hello. It's the best owners of the best friends. At home. Hello.
Baruch goes to answer. It's yep. Hold on a second. Is there people or something? I guess I do open the door.
Yeah, you open the door itself. It's double doors, And Vincent Trench steps through along with this dwarven woman as well. Ah, Vincent Trench, again, at your service. Very nice to meet you once again,
Vincent.
Mr. Baruch. Is it?
Yep.
Ah, yes. Well, I believe we have a little bit of business. Your friends came over to my private investigative officers earlier and was hoping to speak to me about something. And I think we have a little bit in common.
I kind of look around. It's like, wait, you, like, we have a thing with him? What's going on? I'm looking around for an explanation because I guess I wasn't there.
Oh yes, I went to him to hoping that he could help us communicate with Biff.
Well, I haven't really actually, how do you say, found a solution for that yet. But turns around towards this dwarven woman and just goes, however, I think I may have found someone. Perhaps they may enlighten your situation perhaps a little bit. Please, all of you, meet Ilcoria Stonemarrow. And she just looks towards you all, gives you all a little bit of a scowl, but then she bows as well, quite curtly. Ilcoria Stonemarrow, from the Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors. Used to be part of the City Watch, but I work quite privately right now. And she immediately kind of brushes past you all and just goes, do you mind if I grab a seat? The walk here has been pretty far.
Sure. What is it that you were invited by Vincent?
Yes, I believe he said he would like to speak with me. I do not know for what purpose. But now that we are here, she looks around the entire tavern. She kind of puts her hands against the walls and against the, like, this glass pane window here. She kind of turns the latch, like as if she knows how to turn the latch and unlock it. And she just kind of lifts it upwards and looks outside. Now that we're here, I think perhaps I know the reason, Vincent. Vincent just kind of smiles sheepishly, just goes, yes, milady, I believe there is much in common between you and these people. He turns towards you, Baruch, and the rest of you, and just goes, Miss Stonemarrow over here, I believe, used to be an owner of this here establishment. And as he turns towards the rest of you all, pulls a chair out for himself and sits down. I believe there is much to discuss. You're having any ales for the night?
I'm gonna serve them some of the Portobello wine.
No worries, no worries. As you guys kind of like turn towards the dwarf, she looks to you all with this kind of like scowl, half frown. Just goes, so you're the new owners, right? I guess we should speak a little. You guys all kind of filter around, grab drinks and whatever, and kind of come around the table. And as she turns to you all, she goes, I used to own this here establishment. Used to be an inn, not much a tavern really. But I remember every nook and cranny of this place. And it's been some decades since then. I've sold it to a family of shield dwarfs who apparently on hard times sold it to another woman who made it into an orphanage. Turned out, unfortunately, she like grabs an ale for herself, starts drinking. Turned out to be this woman. She was a hag, you see. Apparently cooking and eating the children behind closed doors.
Oh, God.
As you all hear this, you all feel a chill down your spine. And with that, that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh my god!
What?
Are you serious?
Yes. As she tells you this little bit of news, you all look to each other. Faces gone completely pale, realizing perhaps the spectre you're dealing with is not as simple as it may seem. With that, we will end tonight's session. Thank you very much all for joining on Waterdeep Dragon Heist. I will see you all next week.
Halloween was last week, motherfucker.
Next week, baby.
It's always Halloween.
Next week, baby. So with that, thank you all for joining Waterdeep Dragon Heist. And I hope you all we'll tune in again next week for the what will happen perhaps with this little discussion of Victoria. What little mysteries will she open up to the rest of you all, and what other information may you be able to glean about this supposed Troll Skull Manor that you all have now taken residence in and have now turned into a tavern? So we'll see, Esnell, how your business will run, knowing what you know. Thank you all again. I will see you all next week. Goodbye. Good night.
Good night.
All right,
Bye.
Thanks everyone for joining. I hope you enjoyed that.
Man,
yeah.
what?
It's always got to end on a cliffhanger. You know this shit, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
basically
God.
that's D&D in a nutshell, I guess.
yeah. That's pretty much most of my games. If I don't end it in a nutshell, just I like end it with a cliffhanger, I don't feel happy about it. If I don't give you all feeling like, what the fuck's going on? We need to know now! By this feeling by next
Is this
week.
the hag or the kids?
Who knows?
Oh god.
Who knows? You do know it's someone who's named Liv, but whether she has anything to do with the hag or the supposed kids that have been eaten here, we'll find out next week.
Oh shit. Okay guys, bye guys.
Okay guys, gotta shower as well, it's getting late. Thank you all for everyone. See you all next week.
Good night,
Bye bye.
guys.
Good night.
Bye bye.